Hello! I remember to turn the mics on this time.
Yay!
Hello.
Real news.
Hello.
Always a good stream when we remember to turn the mic.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
It's better than getting 30 minutes in and forgetting that you have microphones.
Happy.
I agree.
Mhm.
But this wouldn't be a real Twitch stream if we didn't forget to turn them on sometimes.
Right.
So hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome
everybody in the
everybody.
It's
Hello.
Sunday.
Episode 26 or 26 for our Spanish listeners.
Yeah.
26.
Ja, yes.
Cha-cha, yes.
No, it's still pronounced haha.
I know. I just can't not every time.
Oh, God. Hello,
I-
everyone.
I read an
Ja,
article
ja.
of someone asking about that. Like, why do people who speak Spanish say ja? Why do they type that? I'm like, no.
You
You're so
know.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh.
Welcome
Adorable.
to Remnant Podcast.
Remnant Gamers, the podcast.
Hi.
How's everybody doing today?
I
Doing good.
am alive.
Not bad.
It's very, very hot, and I don't like it.
Me
Dude, it's super
too.
hot in my house today. Like, I can't get it to cool off.
It's 98 degree, or at least it was like 98 degrees earlier. I'm not a fan at all.
No.
I'm not a fan of that band either.
No, it's been chilly over here. I had to step outside to warm up.
Wait, band? I thought
Yeah.
that was an As I Lay Dying song.
But
Yeah,
Oh God. But I mean,
that's where I got it from.
Oh,
yeah, something like that.
okay.
and I think it was yesterday that I got like a notification that apparently like the air quality was so low that it warned people to not go outside with like I guess conditions of
Yeah.
lungs and shit. I'm like, oh God.
Oh, it's
Are
a
we
good
really
thing
at
I
that
didn't.
part of Florida now?
At least I
Okay.
didn't go outside yesterday, I guess.
I was kind of looking at the
I got
text
a
outside
like,
with
call and
lungs.
a text message and everything. I was like, good Jesus, okay. I guess
Yeah,
I
I just
shouldn't go
kinda-
outside.
yeah,
there we
looked at
go.
that
I got
text
an
like, I
alert.
need another reason.
It said air quality advisory has been issued.
See,
Ugh,
I didn't
all
get
right.
that at all. All I got was, "Hey, there's a thunderstorm," and I was like, "You mean that thing that I've been hearing for the last 20 minutes? That's what that was? No way."
Yeah, that actually scared the shit out of me. Was it like Saturday night when it came down?
Friday night.
And I mean,
It
it
got hard.
was right overhead. You know how you can tell like when with flash between the flash and the sound of the
Mhm.
thunder makes, it was like how far it is away. And I mean, it was split second. I swear I heard a transformer pop, and it was like one of my Wi-Fi signals went out. So I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, you've
So-
had bad luck with like thunder and lightning in general from like when all of your stuff blew out like a couple years ago, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
You
was
lost
so
like
bad.
you lost a monitor and an Xbox and a couple other things.
I,
Oh, wait,
actually,
that was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was
I
yesterday.
think it was it. Yes, it was
Yeah.
either yesterday or like Friday
Yes.
night or something like that.
So yesterday when that happened to me, I was diving. I was in the water,
Lovely.
getting ready to go underwater, and then all of a sudden it was like over my head, and I was like, "Everybody, get the
Oh,
fuck
shit.
out!" And I started
Get
banging
shit
on the metals to get everybody out, and it was pretty scary because I mean it just opened up all of a sudden. I was pretty freaked out.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
remind me, Lat, not to hang out with you during thunderstorms. 'Cause that is just as terrible. I've
You
lost
can all
like
come to my
TVs.
house. Nothing happens at mine. Like nothing ever.
Yeah,
That's good.
I've
They
lost
better knock
two
on some wood.
TVs, a PlayStation, a router.
Nah, the karma police know. I've dealt with enough shit with this house. It's like, nah, she's good. We'll let her deal with what she's got.
no, fam,
more.
you got it.
It's only thunderstorms. It's like we've gone through
Right.
how many hurricanes over here and nothing. We didn't lose power or anything, but it's only thunderstorms.
Mhm.
That's
Oh, I hope nobody
Insanity.
from my job is watching. If somebody from my job is watching, we did lose power, and that's why I wasn't able to work that day. So
Absolutely.
Cover your ass. Rule number one.
Just FYI.
Oh my God.
Lord.
Yeah, Jack says just go underwater, you won't get hurt. Yeah, no.
Yeah, totally. That's how
no
that
big deal.
works.
That's how it works.
So hello guys. Hi. Who are you people and why have we gathered here today?
No, who are you?
Oh,
Hey, who are you?
I am the thing that crawls under your bed at night.
Yes.
I have a few names.
Don't you live in a crick?
Sometimes. Why is your bed in a creek? Today I'm gonna
I asked
go.
for that
I'm gonna
one.
go by Jono.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
weird.
I thought you were Yano.
Sometimes.
Yana Kuchi.
Jonas. If you guys are here for Friday's stream, you know what we're talking about. If not,
That was funny.
it's a VOD. Go watch it.
It's great.
My name is
Good
Servo. For now.
For now. It'll-
For
I'm gonna
The
shorten
artist
it, I'm gonna
currently
shorten
known
it
as
again
Servo.
this year at some point.
It's just gonna
Server
be serve.
Assassin, Servo, and then it's gonna be
Serve.
It's gonna be.
You're gonna be like Swerve.
It's just gonna be S and V.
it's just be just the letter S. It's just-
No.
Or you
That's,
could go on
that's
a-
for the year after.
Twitch.tv/.
Or you could just go on a road trip and be RV.
Hey.
Hey.
No, not doing that.
Everybody.
Aw.
I don't know if you want to go that route.
There's gonna be one period of time when you stop like having letters when you shorten your name. It's just gonna be like 2 brackets.
Mhm.
It's just gonna be
Oh
like
yeah,
blank.
it's just a number.
Yeah.
Servo is an enigma.
Be 0.
How's it going? I'm Lad, the Crab Whisperer, aka the Direct Edition,
AKA Chocolate Chibi.
aka Chocolate Chibi, aka the Robot Barbecue. I wasn't gonna go down the list. I wasn't.
Listen, I'm just saying you
D Freezy.
you
I was
keep
gonna say, isn't there, like, a
adding new
freeze one?
nicknames.
D Freezy, D Skittles, D Drizzle. You know. But tonight,
you know.
tonight you can call me the D.
Oh,
The
God.
D.
Direct edition.
Excellent.
Direct Edition.
Then I am the moose. The moostest with the poopstest. That's who I am.
And I'm Chibi. Chibi Serenade. I'm the
Chibi
token-
_serenade.
Yes, with the underscore or without. It doesn't matter.
Do I have to
I'm-
spell out underscore?
Yes.
Yes.
Like Undertale. but
GB underscore serenade.
All one word. The
She's
longest
gonna change her
ever.
name soon. It's just gonna be
Ch. I'm just ch.
Chasaren.
Ch. There's
Sinead.
gonna be noises.
It's gonna
Just
say,
audible noises.
are we gonna be?
Dang it! Why didn't I think of that before? That would have been a great.
You have muted yourself. That's
Or it went
the
away.
result of you
Oh.
failing to
Touch
change
the
your
mic.
name
It's like destroying his
correctly.
mic. It's,
There it is.
there it is.
It's to turn off every once in a while.
It's your
I
mic's
get
just like
mad
no,
when it mutes it.
you're done. You're done here.
What I was
You're
gonna say
done.
was I should have made my name. It's a series
Yeah.
of sounds.
Series of sounds. That's it.
Yes.
Cha 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 cha.
How do I
CH.
I was gonna say, how do I write that down phonetically?
He's like broken speak and spell.
How many CHs was that?
I can do quite a few.
Okay.
Oh god.
So you're just
no.
naming yourself after old Ventrilo, text to voice emotes. My Rafflecopter, it goes.
My roster goes swat 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 swat.
Yeah.
Good lord.
I
Dude,
guess
I'm
just gonna-
I'm the king of that, by the way. I love that.
Awesome.
Just gonna
Perfect.
change my name to Skirt.
Yeah.
Just Skirt.
Oximus got the brunt of it the other day. I sent him a couple bits with a message that said something along the lines of
God, those are
there
so good.
are 125,865 games online. 4,500 on Steam, so and so on GOG, yada yada, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and you're still playing this piece of shit.
Wow.
I fucking died.
Unreal.
I died when I
Classic.
saw that. So
Well, I
good.
So
guess
good.
with our powers combined, we make Voltron.
Indeed.
Captain Planet.
Huh?
Ooh.
Zero buku.
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Well, apparently, we're doing Ginyu Squad. I don't know. We
Ginyu Force,
decided,
assemble.
You know.
Ooh, I get to be Raccoon.
Okay, I'll be
I don't remember names. Whichever one was the red-skinned one with the white hair.
Jace.
You're definitely Jace, yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely Jace. Jeez, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Better.
I will be better.
The one with the who's always very dramatic.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know who I. What are you doing over there?
I'm removing my thumb.
TOS, you can't remove body parts on stream.
You remember that? I'm removing my thumb. Oh, I can't
You're
move.
doing something
Got
else.
your
but we'll
nose.
go with
Oh my gosh, such dirty minds on this podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? We actually had a conversation about that. I was talking about, because I scuba dive, those of you who don't know. I was talking about going down
that. No way.
the buoy line and to loosely hold the line with your hand, not grasp it, but to hold it. And of course, when I went to hold it, I did this motion, and so I now have to change it. This is now the line. And I
Firmly
do it like
grasp
this.
it.
Doesn't make any sense, but
Keep talking about how you hold that line, Daddy, please.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to get an actual
Oh,
piece
God.
of rope or something so that people don't.
Nobu's
Several-
totally right.
Ridiculous.
Nobu said
Several-
that I'm the
I saw-
frog one, who's like,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Spirit
I get the
fingers.
one with the glorious hair, even though my hair's always like kept up in a bun all the time.
I get to hold my
Yeah.
breath and stop time.
Yeah, let that hair out. Escape.
Nah, it's too much. With this Florida heat, no thanks.
Look, I know this
I like
is a bit
keeping
off
it
topic.
contained.
Are we doing another hair stream? Is that what's going on?
No.
Did we do the first hair stream?
Yeah, well, you weren't here last time, right? You were doing, what was it, Father's Day or something?
Oh,
And
and I missed out on the hair stream?
At the beginning of the stream, we were all playing with our hair and doing various things.
It's a hair stream.
Oh shit.
I'm now
Oh,
the
yeah.
Misfits again.
I'm back to Animu, always.
Yeah. See if
Wow.
I can get that.
I was gonna say, so Chibi's already there. She didn't have to do anything.
I'm always there.
Let's get
I haven't
Get that
changed my
crest
hairstyle
going.
in like 15 years.
I guess I'm gonna have to get a wig or something.
my bangs are too long.
Guess I'm gonna have to get one of those Rastafarian wigs with dreads
There you go.
that they sell around Halloween.
This is what
I
happens
have
when
like
kids
4
just don't
wigs
give
I
up.
could use, but I mean,
Then
I
you
wore a
can
black
finally
wig
be
during one
your
of them.
dream anime character, Bob Makihara.
Bob Makihara. I thought Chibi
Whatever
was gonna say I have like 4 wigs you could borrow. I was like,
Oh no!
was like, yes!
Unfortunately, I'm super weird about wigs, and I don't share them just because I don't know. I know how. I don't know. I'm weird about them. I don't know. It's like toothbrushes.
She doesn't
I don't
want
like sharing
likes.
them.
my hair is
No,
clean.
I just know
Just
how-
FYI.
No, the last time I shared one, one of my guy friends asked to share it, and when I got it back, that shit was so sweaty and gross. I threw it away. I was like, never.
Now,
mind. That's
now
bad.
that I understand. I don't even like using the VR after Teray uses it because he sweats so much, and he's like, "Here you go, Dad." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
Go
Like,
get me a wet wipe before you hand that to me.
The Lysol spray that bitch. Like, oh.
Yeah, he's like,
What the hell happened to Jono? I look away for 1 second.
He's
And
like
now-
the
yeah, now he's-
thing now.
Don't you worry
He
about
just
me.
changes characters
Cousin Id.
at random.
Yeah.
"Oh, Servo, I thought about you the
Yeah.
other day. I saw a scuba video.
Oh,
I know it's a bit off topic, but it was
No.
these guys. They were cleaning up. They were cleaning up a lake. There were several cars. I don't know how in the hell, but there were several cars. Before he drew out a map, and there was like several cars that they were going to pull out of the lake.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the equipment they were using and how far deep it was down. And they went under and flipped the car over with bags, with balloon bags, whatever they're called,
lift
and
bags.
floated it lift bags. And I don't know the proper scuba term. You're gonna have to forgive me. So they floated it to the top, and a tow company came out and hitched and started to pull it out of the water. And there you go. They were live on Facebook.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
And as soon as they pulled it out of the water, they found a fucking dead body in there.
Ew.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
The guy had been missing for
That's
like
crazy.
12 years. Like 12 years, nobody knew who was at.
Oh my god!
That's some
What's this
shit.
again?
Yeah, I mean, the place I work at, we actually service a lot of the dive teams and stuff in the area.
Uh-huh.
So I hear all about that stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes they show me the pictures, and I'm like, whoa, calm
No thanks.
yourself, sir. You may deal with this every day, but I don't want to see that shit.
I didn't see the place, Chibi. I was just scrolling through my Facebook videos, and it was like, "Hey, we're cleaning up the lake. We're a dive team." And I'm like, "Cool, let's watch this." And then,
They pulled a dead body out.
Dead body.
All of a sudden,
Well,
Jake
it
Paul
was
comes
edited.
out, we found a body.
Yeah.
And then there was
it
the
was
last
edited.
scuba
The video was
the lad ever
edited, so
watched.
they had like blurred out the dead body to be respectful. So
Oh, that's good.
No, so
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that probably if that had been live, that would have turned into a Logan Paul video real quick.
yeah. So they shut the live stream down. So that was good. I was glad that they were respectful. So I was like, oh, I wonder if Servo's ever seen anything like this.
I have.
kids,
A
you
little
ever
bit.
seen a dead body?
So you all keep socializing for a moment. I hear my cat getting into something, and I'd rather not have to see him later. So
Quick, run.
I'll be right back.
For your life.
Tobias, flee!
He's gonna jump.
All right, so shall we?
Was it on Friday? I was eating a food dog, and I
Uh-huh.
swear to God, Betsy was eating hers. I guess she ate a little bit of it and then set it down,
Uh-huh.
and Rex ate the rest.
Of course.
And when I got done with game night, I took him out, and oh my God, he was shaking like he was shitting fucking razor blades. Because it was curry.
Oh,
I-
no.
I feel like I'm in
A
an
very
80s,
human reaction.
I'm in an 80s power metal band right now.
You are.
A weird one, but yes.
Yeah. I need
Usually
a
their hair is one color, but
No. Sometimes not. Sometimes not. I just need a headband to wrap around it.
When are you gonna drop us a Power Ballads album, bro?
Hell yeah.
oh, the headband helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Couldn't you just ask Blade to go check on the cat?
Good question. Maybe it's actually Blade who's running around the house. Instead of the cats.
Jumping on stuff in the house.
Blade, run!
Burning-
Run, Blade! She's coming!
Oh god. All
We
right,
tried
so,
to warn him. We tried to warn him.
So I guess let's play catch up. What have you guys been playing this last
Oh
week?
yeah.
What
Well,
you been doing? What you up to?
Unfortunately, I reignited a long lost love
Go on.
Aren't you married? Oh, with games. Gotcha.
with the game.
Okay, I'm back.
No, with my games, not.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Me and Jono did a Pokemon TCG on Tabletopia. No, Tabletop Simulator,
Yeah, Tabletop Sim.
Nice.
and that kind of reignited my TCG online craze.
That's how it
And-
happens.
Yeah, I play like 3 games before I go to bed every night.
There's
It's like, son of a bitch.
there's a reason
If you
why I
enjoy
haven't
it.
started back up on MTG Arena because I know how strong the addiction is.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
And the new cards are fire.
I am
They
well
are.
aware because I always look at them. Like on Mystic Spoilers, I will refresh it every other day, and I'm just like, oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's such a good
just looking at the
card.
tournament decks. I just like, ooh, I wonder how that plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like sneak in and like look at the meta for a minute and be like, ooh, that's cheeky.
Mm. Yeah, and despite
Lord.
like finally having the wherewithal and the willpower to uninstall MTG Arena, I'm still subscribed to the subreddit for it. So in my daily scroll, it's like, oh, that's spicy. Oh, reinstall.
Fucking MTG meta decks on fucking Reddit. It's so nasty.
Yes.
I love and hate it so much. So you've been playing a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, I have. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon and just online. I've seen that a lot of stores still are not allowing people to come in and play in person. So,
Yeah.
but other than that's about it. I haven't picked up a controller all weekend.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
I saw you playing Apex earlier this week too. Again,
That was
Monday,
Tuesday.
one of those days
Yeah, that was when the new release came out.
for the new season.
The updated release, yeah, for the Fortune release. And I played that a little bit with some friends from work. And so Apex and Pokemon, that's it. I gotta finish Stranded Deep because I'm on the subreddit for that, and I've been finding out a lot of cool stuff. People have been posting the houses that they've built, and I've been a little jealous. So I want to get to that level.
Hell yeah. What about Chibi?
I've been playing The Division. My love life stuff.
Have you finished it yet?
No.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, I know. I'm like,
No pressure.
one day
I know.
will.
I feel like you hear that a lot based on that expression, but
I do. Quite often. I'm like, I'm clearly still playing it, so obviously not. But I'm hoping to finish it by next week. I'm hoping. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
I guess you would have said Division 2 if you were playing Division 2, but I
Right?
just had to ask.
No, you're fine. But other than that, just play. You're fine. I guess playing my Love Live game. Oh my god! Jesus Christ. Yeah, Love Live.
Are we back? Are we on the East?
And that's about it. And I'm gonna stab you with my Cheez-It. I'm gonna stab.
Oh yeah, we need.
Oh,
we meant to do that this week. We forgot.
Please stab me with Cheez-It. I want to hear it crunch when it enters my skin.
Oh,
you. No.
Whoa,
You're making me not want to
what?
eat my Cheez-Its now.
Shishash.
No. But yeah, exactly. One does not simply finish The Division. It's never done.
Oh.
Ever. I was looking
So when
at
are you gonna play the
the
Division 2?
Probably not anytime soon, because I'm kind of done with it for now. Like, my god, I kind of want to do something else. But I was looking
I'm
at
not
some of
gonna
the
get the
games on the
Division
Steam
2, so I
sale.
need somebody else to play it so that I can live.
Oh, I'll play
vicariously
it.
through them.
I'm gonna play it, but probably not anytime soon.
All right. Well, I'll set up
But,
an RSS feed for when you start playing it.
I'm really upset because what I wanted to play next is technically a Steam game, or well, I'm waiting for Visage to come out, but I just have this horrible feeling that the console version is not going to come out anytime soon. So, but I can't
Possible.
stream anything via Steam or on my computer, so I have to wait.
Gotcha.
Oh
Cool.
well,
Moose?
for now, that's all she wrote.
True. And I've been fucking nuts deep in the Path of Exile new season. I'm already like level 63 and I'm farming like friggin' mad. I'm like building out, getting ready to basically turning this one into a farm character for my secondary that I'm just gonna go mapping with. I'm like, damn it, the season brought me back in. I like it a lot. Like shit.
He's talking about wasabi nuts. He's wasabi nuts deep.
Yeah.
On Path of Exile.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
All right.
I'm going absolutely ham on this season though.
I was waiting for Jono to like present a ham. He's like, he's talking about ham.
He's going ham on it. Just see. Let me just break out the food drawer real quick.
Yeah. How many different types of food do I have nearby me that I can reference?
I have a lot.
I mean, I got Cheez-Its.
I got a whole snack area.
Gonna have to
What
take a
are
lot of
you
cheese
talking
buns.
about?
Shut the hell up.
Ah.
Come on, guys, spill the tea.
I got some
All
ice.
I can say is I'm caked up over here
On a Sunday evening?
on a Sunday.
Sunday, bloody Sunday.
And Jono?
Trying to stream late. Huh?
Fun John.
I guess it's time to get on my soapbox.
Why do you have
What do you- yeah.
soap tea?
Oh, because I went to the grocery store earlier and I bought soap and stuff.
Oh, I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, do you shower on stream? Like, what are you doing?
Not on this
you see,
stream.
I don't have a lot of time in the day, so as soon as I'm done streaming, I actually just have a bucket of water next to me, and I just fucking pour it on myself and start showering up, and just jump into bed.
Yo, is this like a
So-
content leak for your OnlyFans? Like, is
You've
this what I
never
have to look
taken a
forward to
bucket
next
bath.
week?
I
Not
don't.
living.
So-
I
so
can't
wait a minute,
give
wait a
away
minute.
the
So,
secrets
hold up.
before they happen.
Hold up.
Okay.
So you got one bucket of water,
Yeah.
and you pour it on you, and then you lather up,
Oh.
and then you jump into bed. How in the hell you getting that soap off of you?
Wait. What,
He just uses
hold on.
his
Hold on.
He
Hold
uses
on.
his
Really
sheets, just
fast.
wipes
He
it
dumps
off.
it on him and then puts the bucket underneath and catches all the water back
Hang
again.
on. Nobody told me that you have to take the soap off of you. How else is it
See there?
supposed to keep you clean?
See there?
You keep the soap
Oh,
on
yeah.
you to stay clean throughout the day. It's like deodorant.
You're right. You're absolutely
Shut up.
right.
It's like
I'm gonna
deodorant.
need
You
to-
just rub it down on you and you lather up, and then you're clean for the day.
All right.
Yeah,
I like
he's-
how-
I'm gonna,
You're right.
Jono
I'm gonna
is-
need your emergency contact family member's number for
Right?
for health concerns.
Yeah.
Related
God.
calls.
Okay, well,
But I love how Jono looks like some 80s like hair metal artist right now. Like
yeah.
it looks like he's got like a band underneath, so of course he's got the two-tone hair going. It's, you know.
I don't.
Basically, what it looks like is that there was Cloud Strife, and then like a giant Asian man just grew out from under his head.
It's like Def Leppard Jono.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Cloud's body just like fell to the side limp, like it was just like a sleeve, and then just Jono appeared
my.
underneath it, and only the hair remained.
I mean, it's the best part of Cloud,
Oh,
besides
God.
the giant sword. For being honest.
Which- Yeah,
Yeah. Zach's the true
Yeah,
he doesn't,
giant
he doesn't need
sword.
anything but hair. I mean, honestly, if you put the hair and the sword on the screen, people know exactly who it is. It doesn't require anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess
True.
maybe the Mako glowing eyes, but that's only for people who actually like give a shit.
Yeah, and nobody does. So
Exactly.
It was like Cloud's best feature was those giant block hands.
oh
Mhm.
well, true. Unless you've only played the remaster.
That metal
in which case
bracer
you don't
thing
know
he's
about
got,
that.
you know?
Ooh, I do like the metal bracer. I kind of
The
wish I had
shoulder
one of
bracer
those.
thing.
I
Yeah.
also like that
Yes.
a lot. So this week, what have I been playing? What have I been playing?
Yeah.
It's a good question. Scrap Mechanic. Played a little bit more
Nice.
Scrap Mechanic. That was a lot of fun. I
Mm.
figured out how to make an actual working articulating AT-AT to where each of the limbs will move and actually walk individually.
Oh, that's nice.
That game is way more fucking involved than I actually thought it was, and I'm enjoying it more and more each time I play. We also made a lot of really, really dumb spaceships that just fly straight into the ground because that's what spaceships do.
Exactly. Have you
gotta-
never played Kerbal Space Program?
Oh, I have. Trust me.
Oh yeah, yes. I
Trust.
still have clips with it.
Yeah.
I have several clips from Kerbal because that was a time that I don't want to go back through again. What else did we didn't stream Wednesday. Tuesday was me in a Sailor Scout outfit. I played a decent chunk of The Last of Us now. Last of Us 2. Game is getting hate for absolutely no reason because it's fucking fantastic.
We know why.
Right?
It's getting
I thought a little
I
bit
mean,
of that.
It's
Yeah.
getting hate
It's
for
stupid.
other reasons because of Naughty
Yeah.
Dog.
People are
themselves.
stupid.
Well, no, he has a Naughty Dog themselves, but
Yeah, because it's stupid.
Well, they're also really shady developers who completely shit on all their
Yeah.
employees.
Yeah, and some pretty big crunch abuse going on in Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Like, the working conditions are not the best.
They did a lot of very shady things during development, but today I played a little bit of Golf It with Nier and Luna. That was some fun times, except for when he got really salty that he couldn't golf correctly. It reminded me of another fantastic golf time with someone else getting salty over courses, and I'm talking about Servo.
I was like,
You
it
getting
ain't none of
salty
us.
about courses?
Yeah, it's not like
Never.
there's a clip or anything on your channel of you getting salty over courses.
Oh, okay.
Where somebody
That was completely
quotes-
an act.
Somebody says, "This is bullshit. I fucking hate this. Why did you guys make me download this stupid game? Are you saying you don't want to play anymore? No, I'm good. I'll play another."
What I said was, this is a piece of shit, uncompetitive piece of garbage, and it needed to be fixed. But I was also quoting Dr. Disrespect.
Mm.
Oh, we have plenty to talk about him later.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
So Servo.
I'll jump into all the games that I recently got and started playing, because I did get quite a few. I went a little bit crazy, not a little bit crazy. I went a tiny bit crazy during the summer sale, and I bought a lot of games and I started playing them. Namely, Jet Set Radio, which I'm super excited about. I'm gonna play that later on after podcast time. And I got Mark Echo's Getting Up. Those were like $2. By the way, all the Dreamcast games on Steam are like, you can get all of them for like $8 right now. So if you got a controller and you want to play some Dreamcast games,
Hold on. Is Power Stone on there?
no, dude, I wanted Power Stone.
Fuck.
Yeah, no Power Stone and no Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. They have regular Sonic Adventure 2, but not Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I just
Which
want to
is-
play
Sonic
Power Stone.
Adventure.
I really wanted to
Dude.
play Power Stone. As soon as I saw that it was on there, I got really nostalgic for Power Stone and also very upset. I got the BioShock Remastered collection. I got Final Fantasy VI, the remastered version, and I got Warhammer Vermintide 2, which I'm super excited about because I've been looking at it for a long time and I just haven't played it. And there was something else. Oh yeah, Worms Armageddon and Worms Weapons of Mass Destruction. Fucking love Worms. And
When we playing Worm Servo?
do you already have it?
When we gonna be Wormy Boy Servo?
Tuesday.
I
Legit.
will download that so fast.
It's so inexpensive right now. If you guys want to play, yeah, we're gonna be streaming on
Worms
Tuesday.
so much.
So it's gonna be a blast. And then other than that, I've been making steady progress on the Battle Pass. Steady progress on the Battle Pass in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And what else? Thinking. Oh, I'm still playing Diablo 3. So I'm playing a little bit of that. Everything else has been taking up the majority of my time, but I've been trying to edge my way.
And Servo's playing Necromancer,
Edge
right?
my way into no, I haven't gotten the full version yet. I just finished the little trial free standard edition.
Okay.
So then I was like, oh, let me try the
guarantee-
free classes first before I buy everything.
I guarantee
And,
Servo's gonna want to play Necro because Necro is
Yeah,
so
that's-
good.
Necro is
I
awesome.
can't try without buying it. So I'm like,
I really enjoy Crusader a lot.
you have to pay the $40 version to get that one. So we'll see.
Yeah, I gotta show some Crusader love as well. I always ended up every season just going with a Thorn Crusader.
Dude, it's just so
Pretty much.
good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It seems like a lot of fun, but yeah, I'm basically just dipping my toes in the pool right now with action RPGs. After playing Minecraft Dungeons, I've been like, okay, maybe these aren't so bad. So, which is funny, thinking that I started with Minecraft Dungeons, but everyone
Hey,
a lot of
it's-
shit about that,
It's a good
but
gateway.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
always
it really is.
it's always the thing. Like you play something unexpected, and then you're like, okay, I actually kind of enjoy this, and then you start digging deeper into it. Like Lat, who grabbed Stranded Deep,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And coffee talk.
and Coffee Talk. Yeah,
The
Very
other
true.
one is Stick Fight, which I
Oh,
wanted to
Stick
bring
Fight's
up real quick
good.
because we all need to get Stick Fight, and that is like, I will buy Stick Fight for you guys.
I
It's so inexpensive right now,
love Stick Fight.
and it is just
Agreed.
so easy. You just jump in, and it's just chaos. And I think, especially with this group, we would just excel at Stick Fight.
Man.
What? Chaos? This group?
Something about that.
No.
Never.
Oh.
No, you
Never.
Dude, by the way, Circle of Sumo, too much fun. We
That
need to do that
was-
again.
That was legitimately a lot of fun.
Any game like that we can all jump in on, I'm down. I'm
So
down.
so there's another game that's kind of like Gang Beasts that's coming out. It's called Party Animals.
And Pummel Party.
And Pummel Party. Yep. So those are
Yeah,
things
there's
that
a
I
lot of
definitely
party
say that we
games
should grab a hold of.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're all on the summer sale, so we'll talk about it after stream. Also, Don't Starve too. It would be a really good one.
I have Don't Starve Together.
Or Don't Starve Together.
Yep.
Got that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Cool.
I've
I
had
haven't
that for a
touched
little
it in quite a
while.
while.
But yeah, that's it for me for games, pretty much. Other than the standard fare.
Oh no, I'm Chibi
Love
now.
flat.
Oh no,
Oh.
Go me.
Oh no.
Go me.
plug in my phone.
Go me.
Cheese it.
Oh, now I have to be myself again. Fuck. I thought I was free.
Never.
Ah.
I'm cheap, but not free.
That sounds like my tagline for my autobiography.
And
have to
your
pay for it,
Tinder
I'm already-
profile.
So speaking of, I don't have a segue yet. We haven't made a segue yet.
I thought Servo came up with a segue on Friday.
Did
You
he?
forget
Oh,
what
yeah.
it was?
No, what was it?
Yes. Speaking of Jono Kuchi,
Oh, that's what it was.
which I did mention when I was talking.
Jonokuchi.
Good old Circle Sumo. Any of you guys play Civilization?
Played quite a lot of Civilization.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's Moose's.
2020 has been
Civilization.
Civilization.
Civilization, the game.
Oh, the game. Yeah,
The
we've been
video
doing
game.
that. We've been doing that for real life.
Do it. I love
Imagine
the
if
soundtracks to
Civilization had
Civilization.
like, you could just add in like, whatever you wanted. COVID-19, murder hornets. all that shit.
Oh my
That'd be a
god.
pretty interesting game. Yeah, I mean, we
Are
need to
you-
develop this game.
I mean, didn't they do that with Plague Inc? Didn't Plague Inc add in murder hornets and COVID recently?
Oh, yeah, I think it did.
Yeah. I'm pretty
I think
sure.
so.
Also, you can do stuff like that in AI Dungeon. It's a lot of fun. I've tried it.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
What happened to the murder hornets? Haven't heard anything about them.
You're
Well,
busy murdering.
Yeah.
You see, that time's passed already. We already got past the murder hornets. Now we're into the super sandstorm that apparently is already visible from southern Florida.
Sandstorm. You ever think that somebody time travel exists, and that's why we keep like losing track of everything?
No, see, I like to think that.
Somebody keeps going back and trying to correct something, but just keeps making it worse.
No, this is all
First was-
viral marketing. This
First
is all
was murder hornets.
super viral marketing for Brendan Fraser to come back for the new Mummy movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what this entire year is.
that's
We
what.
need to have him come back and put the fucking thing back in the goddamn, we took what we didn't need to take. He's gonna put it back.
That's what it
See?
was.
I
I thought
killed
that this latest
Servo.
thing. I I was wondering if this latest thing was just a marketing campaign by Darude. And he's like, y'all thought you forgot. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, off in the distance here. You're like, what?
Oh, Blade says Murder Hornets will be here in a few months.
Oh, they're still
We still
coming.
got time.
Okay. Okay. There
We
was
still got time.
the
release
also
date-
another thing that was like flying spiders are also like flying over too. So we just
Oh.
this is a year. We got a
Wait,
year.
flying spiders?
They're technically not flying
That's it,
spiders.
the world's ending.
They're not flying
So-
spiders, but they're able to they basically like web up between their legs and they're able to glide.
Oh, fuck
shit.
that. I'm done. No.
That's awesome.
Nuh-uh.
Well, you didn't know that they have
Nope.
spiders as big as dogs in like Australia? Like,
That is awesome.
I mean, you know.
That's why I'm never going to Australia.
I mean, besides the fact that grass could kill you in Australia, but yeah, you know, that's just one of the many reasons.
Yeah.
We stopped.
Only the strong can live in Australia.
We stopped hearing about Australia too. Is it still on fire? I mean, they never said if they put it out or not.
No, it went like the fires did go out. There was also massive flooding that happened during that time too.
Yeah,
Gosh damn! I mean, it's just like.
I know.
They're
Look,
like, man, I wish it would rain to put all this fire out.
Listen, they got massive
no.
flooding.
Okay. Now receive.
And
But see, but
then-
global warming isn't a thing. Remember, like all of this is just crazy random happenstance. So
and then
you know.
and then Russia right now is in a state of like mass panic because there was like 40 something thousand tons of oil that was spilled off into the Pacific. It's a year.
Jeez.
Lord.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this is just viral marketing for the Mummy.
I'm sticking with my time travel
has
theory.
shown up, and Brendan Fraser will be here to save us.
There's somebody that
He
went
was
back in
up,
time,
I'm
tried to
fine with that.
fix it, and they fixed it, but then in the process they fucked something else up. So that's why we get a new catastrophe each week.
Is this the kill baby Hitler ultimatum thing?
The
Or, like-
butterfly effect.
Yeah, where you like,
There's- yeah.
like, do you kill baby Hitler, or like, what age do you kill baby Hitler, or could you? And then, like, if you do, then it changes all the fabric of time, and then
Yeah.
We're just stuck in the darkest timeline until someone rolls a die and gets the proper, you know.
It's a D&D campaign played by aliens.
you calm down,
Yeah.
Abed.
Or a
It
game
is
of
the darkest
Civilization 6.
timeline.
In-
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Jeff doesn't have one
Civilization
arm.
6, which developers recently outlined.
Yeah, let's get back to topic. Let's get back to Civ.
I'm trying to bring it back. But
Okay.
Right.
right. Civilization 6.
anyway, they're talking about they're coming out with a free new free update that's they're gonna of course tweak a bunch of stuff and patch some bugs. But apparently one of the things that they're adding is zombies, aliens,
And a battle royale mode.
a battle royale mode, and a narrator who goes by the name of Scene Bean.
Scene Bean.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
I was
but-
a scene bean
Scene-
once.
Scene Bean.
Me too. I think we were all there at one point. But actually, it sounds pretty interesting. They're calling the battle royale. It's like a pseudo battle royale, but they're calling it Red Death. And apparently, like everybody in the group of it's like a group of 12, I believe, goes up against each other, and it's like basically like a post-apocalyptic like showdown, essentially, where everything is like closing in on you. And that sounds. And for a Civilization game, sounds kind of cool. I would definitely play that.
Yeah, I'm
It's
definitely
like the
curious.
end of the world.
Yeah.
You must save yourself.
And then also zombies, and then also aliens. I mean, I don't know. I would play it. Was that the one that was free on Epic?
Yeah.
I think I have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing it because I got it for free.
For free.
Mhm. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's definitely solid. Like I still like a lot of elements of 5 a little bit more than 6, and I bought 6 originally and refunded it. It was just like, yeah, now 5 is just the superior game. But then when it came out on Epic for free, I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll give it another go. And pleasantly, I got back into it, so I was happy with it.
Okay.
They changed. They've been steadily patching things, and I'm digging on it.
Listen, Civ is just fun no matter what.
Yeah,
You just
getting nuked by Gandhi never gets old.
Blade told me all about
Or
that.
does
That
it?
made me laugh.
You just take out the power countries first, and then you just go to town. You just make sure you grab Australia immediately, and then just run. 'Cause-
Basically.
But look,
Help us.
speaking of Jono Cucci,
Mm.
Oh,
I think it's amazing how we've come full circle in a year, 2 years from the time that the way that we view video games.
Agreed.
And of course, I'm
Yeah.
talking about there is now a game that can be prescribed as medicine to help children with ADHD. And
Nice.
not too long ago, we were just labeling video games as the newest addiction. We saw it as a new addiction. We started to see some rehab for video game places pop up, and then we hit COVID-19.
but
Yeah, we're not going to deny that.
there are some.
A lot of irresponsible people, I still feel like, and then we hit COVID-19, and then we hit another switch where they're like, "Oh, stay in and play video games. It's good for you."
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've reached another progression. Well, I say it's a progression, but we haven't been far off. We've already seen where games have been used to help people through traumatic experiences as well.
I mean, we've seen it from like the Wii systems being used for like elderly and like making sure they're active
Exercise.
and working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And a lot of games intrinsically are just therapeutic to the people who really enjoy playing them, like Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That wasn't the only thing. I remember back during the Connect days, they were somebody was repurposing it to be more powerful than the X-ray machine to look at broken bones.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah. And there's a lot of repurposing that they've done with the Connect and the active mapping system. I mean, shoot, they use it on Ghost Adventures.
I was gonna say they use them for paranormal like adventures and things because they can pick up
shit.
infrared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
and like being able to like map an area of like a surface real easily. You can do that with that same
Mhm.
technology, which is pretty crazy to think
Mhm.
about. Motion capture, the future of motion capture.
I mean, it's also like a lot where a lot of like the VR understanding of now is from like Connect being repurposed on PC.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the motion tracking and the actual like active camera or positioning is.
Mm-hmm.
So for a failed project, Connect actually did pretty well for itself.
Freaking basically.
Just not the way that they wanted it to.
And I did just want to mention real quick the statistics of this particular trial that they did with this video game. The game is called Endeavor RX, and they did a trial of 600 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And 1/3 of the kids that were treated had, quote, no longer a measurable attention deficit on at least one measure of objective attention after playing the game for only 25 minutes, 5 days a week for 4 weeks. Which is a lot less gaming than a lot of us do.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
that's not a lot of
Right.
gaming, and also like a third is still a pretty good chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Mike. Oh, that's hilarious.
Mhm.
Yeah. That
works.
is.
It's always video games' fault.
Isn't it?
Ever since
First it was
the days of
Obama,
Grand
now it's
Theft
video
Auto.
games.
No,
Thanks,
it was
Obama.
video games, and then it was Obama, and then it was back to video games. You think of like
Yeah.
GTA 3.
All we need
and-
now is an Obama video game.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Actually, I think there is one.
I'm sure
think
there's
there
gotta
is
be one.
I know there's Super Bernie that you can play.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Or there's the one that's like save the president, the one where you like jump in front of him.
Yep.
Yes, that is awesome.
But that's the one in the game. It looks like the one that you wouldn't jump in front of.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm pretty sure there is an Obama game somewhere. If
Probably.
not,
Should be.
if not, developers get on it. I want to see it.
At least make him like a DLC character in Streets of Rage 5, just cleaning up the street. I'm back. Fuck yeah.
You said
So every time he
street.
like fights somebody and beats someone up, I just want like an NPC to be like, "Thanks, Obama," just like something random in the background. Just
Someone
throw that
stay
in
on the
there.
sidelines.
Thanks, Obama.
No, if anything, that's like a Mortal Kombat like DLC character, and instead of Toasty, it's thanks, Obama.
Thanks.
At least that's a nice thanks rather than the other one where it's very, accusatory every
Yeah,
damn
like,
time. Poor guy.
You're playing Streets of Rage, and there's like a Karen on the side of the street who's like calling the cops on you. There's a bunch of guys fighting in the street right now.
They have to wear the sunglasses. They have to have those really crazy sports sunglasses.
Blade, what? Barack Obama is in Shaq Fu as a DLC character.
Oh,
Okay, that's awesome.
Oh God.
I'm about this.
God.
I haven't played Shaq Fu in forever.
It's Barack Fu: The Adventures of Dirty Barry
The Sega
DLC.
Genesis game. The Sega Genesis days.
Good
Oh,
Lord.
no, that's the newer one, I believe. There's
Yeah.
a newer Shaq that
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah,
Right,
the
it's
newest
like
one.
Shaq Fu Reborn or something like
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
good. That's too good. I want to play every second of that right now.
that.
I'm gonna end
Hell
podcast
yeah.
right now, guys. I gotta go play Barack Fu.
Dirty Barry. That's it.
All right, that's an amazing find.
God. Speaking
Thanks,
of
Boo.
amazing things,
Ooh.
Crash
Like Jonah
Band.
Gucci.
Yeah, like Jonah Gucci.
Like John
Uh,
Okuchi.
Crash Bandicoot 4 was revealed.
yes.
And the title for it is exactly what we were all thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So-
this stuff is always about time, so that even makes sense.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
are they saying it's Crash Bandicoot for It's About Time or Crash Bandicoot for It's About Time?
It's both.
It's both.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
both.
Whatever you think it's supposed to be.
It's a,
So
it's
the
a
game is
double.
about time?
Play.
Correct.
Ah.
I'm excited because they were showing like all the playable characters in there and some of the gameplay for it, and I was like, this looks fantastic. And then you could play as Cortex in it too. I'm about this. I love Crash.
Mm.
See, I liked Crash a little bit. Like, I remember I got his games kind of a couple Christmases, so I played them all, but I mean, it was fun, but I wasn't obsessed about it. But I'm sure it'll be fun. Like, I mean, but didn't the voice actor for the
the mask.
oh my god, I can't think of it. Yeah, the floating. Yeah, that. Didn't he just pass away too?
I think recently, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, shit.
It's
That's kind of.
sad, but I also like I would still as long as some of his voice acting is still in it, 100% about it.
No.
Yeah.
Because there's periods of time when I'm like just sitting around and I just hear in my head and I just think
You
about
might
the
need to get
mask.
that looked at.
Yeah, I don't see the any reason. There's no concern. It's perfectly fine.
If you're just sitting around and you hear, you might need to get that looked at.
You guys
Right.
don't just hear random things in your head from time to time, like the mask.
No. I mean, I hear Nico Nico Ni all the time, but I mean, we all kind of expect that, so. You know.
I have a feeling that's just playing in loop in the back of your head most of the day.
The song.
Yeah.
Nico, Nico,
It's-
Nico, Nico,
It's the
Nico,
fucking
Nico, Nico.
dubstep version that she sent to
Yeah,
me.
that's all I hear is the dubstep version in my head. That's the best version.
So, speaking of Jonah Cucci,
Coochie, coochie, coochie.
Go on.
so
Yes.
I take it Animal Crossing did very well for Nintendo.
Animal
yes,
Crossing did fantastically well for Nintendo.
And since it did so well, they seem to be slowing down on a lot of their mobile ambitions.
Yep,
Mhm.
apparently so.
Mhm.
Which is funny because some bigwigs at Nintendo around the launch of the newest Animal Crossing were talking about how they were afraid the pandemic was going to hinder sales. I'm like, motherfucker, the pandemic skyrocketed your
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. It was
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, it
best thing
did.
that could have happened for your sales. Everyone just wanted to stay home and play Animal Crossing, and
Yeah.
they got the chance to. It was like the one silver lining we had.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty true.
I mean, it
The
just shows
time-
that, clearly they can still make physical games and people
Right.
will eat it up if it's the right game. So
Right.
they don't
Mhm.
have to focus so much on digital titles that, might
mean-
sell just as well in a physical copy that they can charge more for.
And it also really helped that we were all stuck inside, and Animal Crossing gave us an outside world to go and explore and hang out with friends in.
Yeah.
And cutesy animals.
And it also helped Nintendo that a lot of people were just interested in making a lot of money by buying all the Nintendo Switches and copies of Animal Crossing and reselling them at a higher
Yeah.
price, and then playing the game and grinding a bunch of items and putting them on an online black market for everyone to try and
Right?
obsess over.
Right.
But we don't talk
Yeah.
about
Man,
that.
people selling those freaking,
No, we do.
villagers
Yeah, we do.
online.
We do.
Yeah, selling
Right.
villagers online.
It was the craziest
They're
thing
animals
I've ever
and
seen.
people. It's wrong, guys.
Everyone wanted that cat, okay? Everyone wanted that cat so goddamn bad. They were going to pay
Raymond is
buco
not
bucks for
that
it.
cool, okay?
He's
You
just
shut your
adorable.
mouth.
He's
Raymond is
adorable
a
and
saint.
swanky.
Love
didn't-
saint.
I just
Raymond.
I wanted the sweet Robo Frog. That's who I wanted.
I'm pretty sure all of my villagers are dead because I haven't played the game in like a couple months.
100% my villagers have moved out. They have all abandoned, which I'm really sad about because I had the cool Naruto ninja bunny, but Snake left. He's fucking gone.
Dang.
Yeah.
Blade, you bought it because I had it and I wanted to play with you. Don't even front. I wanted to play and join.
I still
But
have
it's fun.
I still have a bunch of gnomes with skull leather jackets on for servo. I think I bought like 6 of them to give to him because I was gonna make make a pentagram in your yard with them.
Awesome.
Not necessary. I already got some from just about every other person that I
I
know.
figured, but I got them like forever ago, and then I just kept forgetting to give them to you when you were asking
I
for
also have
skull
like
stuff.
12 gothic mirrors and like a bunch of the skull.
No, you fill that island up with everything.
And turn that microphone back on.
That's right. You
Punch
turn
it.
that microphone
Punch
back
it.
on so I can tell you about these skulls.
Go plus ultra on it,
Texas. Anyways, speaking of Jonah Cucci,
Kuchi.
Who's
Something
excited
I don't
about
know
Final
that
Fantasy
much about.
Crystal Chronicles?
I was gonna say Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remastered sounds pretty dope because
Yeah.
is Crystal Chronicles the one that was like the
GameCube.
first one?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't play
No.
that one.
Crystal Chronicles is on GameCube, and to
I thought
play
it
it,
was on, which one was on the Wii?
they remastered one of the Crystal Chronicles onto the Wii, but
Mhm.
Okay.
it was like a sequel or some shit, and it was all right. But the first
Yeah.
Crystal Chronicles was great, but you had to have it's just like Legend of Zelda Four Swords, where you really had to have multiple people to play with, unless you like just wanted to do it half-assed. But like you had to have 4 controllers and 4 people to play with, which I never did because I got a GameCube way too late. And they're remastering Crystal Chronicles onto everything, which I think is releasing really soon.
So which one is this one? Is it the one that was on the GameCube or the Wii?
Yeah,
It's a remaster of the original one for the GameCube.
For the GameCube.
They are adding full online multiplayer with it, and you don't have to buy the game to play the first 3 levels. You just have to have a friend who bought the game, and you get to play the first 3 dungeons with them for free.
Oh, nice.
Kind of awesome.
It's like a neat little demo, but you actually get to play online with people with the demo. So
There was a version of Crystal Chronicles for the Wii, by the way. Just to clear any confusion for you there, Lat. The one that I keep confusing it for some reason, because it's got a totally different name, is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which was the one that was on the Super Nintendo.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, nope, your mic's dead again.
I think it's kind of funny. It's just funny and kind of freaking cool that they're going with the like, oh yeah, if somebody already has a copy of this, you can get in on it as well. It really like it kind of throws me back to the shareware days of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, I've got Wolfenstein 3D on my floppy here. Here you go.
On
You
my
know, and then
floppy.
if so you can get the shareware version of it, and if you like it, you can fax over an order to its software, and they'll mail you back the full game.
Can we just go over the fact that whole sentence would make 0 sense to any of Gen Z right now?
You're damn right.
All right. What is a floppy? Like, what is that?
Facts? What's a shareware?
What do you mean, mail?
What do you mean Wolfenstein didn't come out on the PS3 and 360?
Like, why would you email a game to somebody? You could just download it.
Exactly.
No, but see, I thought of this and was like, this is a really cool idea because that can also be something that like streamers can use, where it's like, hey, do my viewers want to play with me? We can play the first 3 levels together. Here you go. Let's have some interaction.
Do we know how many
Well-
it will allow? Would it only allow
It's-
one person to play 3 levels, or it allows up to 4?
Up to 4.
Up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, as long as one person owns the actual copy of the game,
Right.
which I plan
Okay.
on getting it because I'm excited about this. But yeah,
And then after level 3, you're screwed.
yeah. Then after level 3, it's like, all right, you want to keep playing? Go buy that game. Hey, use my reference link down in the corner.
But all your progress is lost.
It might not be.
Oh, so you're gonna let you transfer your progress over because you're playing? I figured because you're playing on somebody else's, they're allowing you to team up with them and play on their account. Then
No, I'm pretty
I
sure
didn't
it'll
think-
still save under your thing. Like Bravely Default did something like that, where you had like a 5-hour demo, and then everything in that transferred directly into the game, or at least like the items and stuff that you got transferred into the game.
right.
Yeah.
Blade, I am not Gen Z, so you don't need to explain to me what a floppy is.
What's that?
Jesus.
Hey,
God.
Chibi,
I'm older than I am.
Hey Chibi, what's that save icon supposed to be? What is that icon? She's gonna
Really?
fucking beat me with a Dasani bottle, I swear to God.
Really?
Look, you can tell what generation someone is from. I legit got into an argument on the phone with somebody because I said £, and she didn't know what I was talking about. She was
Oh
like,
my
God,
he was like
yes.
hashtag. I was like, no, £. She was like hashtag. I'm like, no, £.
No, you guys talking about those tic-tac-toe
yes.
symbols?
Man, I had that too.
The tic-tac-toe symbols.
Oh.
I'll use that next time. So look at the tic-tac-toe board.
Well, isn't
I'm
that
down
just
with
an
those.
X and a 0?
No,
Wait.
No, the board.
The
Just the
board.
board.
Oh, I'm thinking, yeah, okay.
That's like I said asterisk to somebody the other day, and they went, "What the fuck is that?" They were like, I was like, "This," and they're like, "Oh, star," and I'm like, "That's not a star." Okay, it's an asterisk. Star looks completely different.
Well, no, it depended on what you had it on. If it's like typed out, then it's an asterisk. But if it was on an old like dial corded phone, it was star because you *69 somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking with logic, Jono. God.
But because people didn't know what asterisk was, they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll just call it star," and people will know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, screw you and your fancy logic.
How
Yeah.
dare you make sense?
Yeah, they couldn't make like a marketing campaign out of asterisk 69.
It's better than people calling it asterisks. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah, that's,
people don't see that there's an S and a K. It just drives me nuts. Drives
I
me
mean,
nuts.
pronunciation is a whole different story, but we're talking about
I know. Sorry,
not
my QC's
understanding
coming
what
out.
something is.
Drives me nuts.
I tend to be the same way, but I digress. To
So, yeah.
to more Jonokuchi.
More John Gucci.
Let's digress to more Jono Kuchi.
More Jonokuchi. Which, by the way, so we talked about Smite the other day because they were getting a new character, Cthulhu, which I did download Smite. I forgot to mention that. I downloaded Smite. I played Cthulhu. Pretty dope. As far as a game that I haven't played very much, I thought it was pretty fun to play Cthulhu. But I did uninstall it. But now I'm gonna have to reinstall it because now they're getting
so bad.
Avatar: The Last Airbender characters, which is super badass, by the way.
I hate MOBA so much, but I want it.
I know. I don't really like the genre, like not the games themselves, but just playing the games. That's just me. But I will try it yet again. I will try it because now they've added some characters I actually give a shit about.
They're not characters though; they're skins. Let me clarify. They are skins for other characters, but they look and react like the Avatar characters would. Oh,
so what gods are they?
I don't remember which ones they are.
So the one that begins with God.
Yeah, that God.
Yeah, she begins with an S. She has a snow popper with her. Son of a biscuit. Who is that?
I don't know who son of a biscuit is.
Which skins are they adding?
They're adding Korra.
Oh, sorry.
Aang,
so Aang is
Zuko.
Merlin, Susanoo is Zuko, and Scotty is Korra.
Yeah.
Scotty.
Susanoo?
Scotty.
Susanoo? Sasuke in this game?
Susanoo. Yeah. Yeah, actually it is. That is that same god.
That's the same Susanoo?
Yeah, it is.
Hell
but
yeah.
in Naruto they call it Susanoo O, I believe.
With the like apostrophe O.
Susanoo.
Yeah. Susanoo. Yeah, I guess it would be Susanoo.
And you said it was going to be Aang, Korra, and who else?
Yeah, Aang,
Zuko.
Korra.
Don't even. Don't you
I swear to God, I will drop this podcast right now.
Actually.
I really love how slow the combat is.
Actually, it's pronounced Aang.
His name is actually General Eero.
God help you.
To reference the source material, his name should be pronounced. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm definitely gonna be trying that out. I don't know how you get the skins, but if it takes too much effort, I'll let you guys know how far I made it.
Yeah, I really want to, but the fact that they're just skins is like.
That was the one turn off for me, yeah.
But I saw some of Zuko, the person who Zuko's supposed to be, and his abilities and things, and he was doing the fire breathing and the actual fire forms, and I was like, this is so cool looking though.
It is really dope.
Everyone will remember when the Fire Nation attacked.
Indeed.
It actually says that if you play as Korra, you get to hang out with Naga, her polar bear dog.
Oh.
Yes.
That's kind of awesome.
Just me and my 400-pound giant polar bear pupper.
As it should be.
Oh, I thought Servo was about to go get his 400-pound polar bear pupper.
Right?
Actually, I've got one in the back.
Hang on, let me go fetch Naga right now.
I guess we need to get on that then. We need to get our own.
Polar bear pupper?
Speaking of Jono Kuchi.
Go on. You can't just start the sentence and not continue.
What? Why not?
He does what he wants.
Because
we're
here to inform these people.
So when did Facebook start buying up games?
Around when they bought up Mixer.
When they bought up Mixer.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say they didn't buy up Mixer, but yeah, that was definitely a buyout. So they recently purchased Order 1886.
They did.
Yes.
Anybody familiar with the Order 1886?
Yes, that was a very promising title that lasted 3 hours.
Yeah.
I heard it was a great game,
Bingo.
just so short.
Just
I wouldn't
3
call
hours
it
in,
a
and that's
great game.
No, it looked and like the entire aesthetic of it was fantastic. The idea behind it, amazing.
Mhm.
And then it fell very, very short in every place that counted.
Yeah. That's a very succinct and nice way to put it.
Because I was about it. It's a super cool like organization that was from like the Knights era that like kept on their foundation, and they were hunting werewolves and supernatural beings, but they had like sweet musket rifles and stuff. And then the entire game was a grand total of 2.5 to 3 hours long, and the gameplay was very rough of that.
Bingo.
So wait a minute. I think I misspoke. Did they buy the game or did they buy the studio that made the game?
They bought the studio that made the game because Sony had dropped the studio from their licensing after that game. Because the game and the title itself is still owned by Sony Interactive.
Yeah, they just bought the game.
Right. All right. And they're just going to work on virtual reality games for the Oculus?
Doesn't sound like a bad idea, because if they could do something like impressive in virtual reality, it'd be awesome.
Agreed.
I'd be about that.
I'd be about that. Whoa.
We gotta stop hanging out, Moose. Survival Boys are over. We're dead. It's done.
The same person at this point.
Survival Boy Wednesday is over. You heard it here.
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm breaking up this band.
Right. Holy smokes.
No, but I'd be interested to see what they'll do. Like, especially with like Facebook's money behind them. That's a big production. So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and they seem to be going all willy-nilly with it right now. So, I wonder if they're going to end up being like Microsoft and just picking up a couple studios. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst idea.
No.
I mean, shit,
It wouldn't be the worst idea. I think Facebook has always tried to been. They wanted to be taken seriously as far as the gaming industry goes.
They definitely are now.
I don't know. I mean, because a lot of people already said Mixer wasn't a great platform. But before we get into that, it's like they're. I don't know what else they're going to have to do as far as to be taken seriously. I mean, they tried to do the whole Facebook gaming thing. This is the first studio that I've heard that they've picked up. And
this is the first studio that I know that they've
from what you guys,
they might
right? And from what you guys say, yeah, that's also true. And what you guys say about this game, it's not a bad studio to have, in your pocket, especially working on VR games. No,
true.
Their push is the Oculus. So
yes, Nobu, I need more Farmville. I need like a VR Farmville or something. That'd be great.
Just go outside.
But no, that means I have to deal with like heat and actual dirt and shit. I don't want to do that.
Didn't they make Farming Simulator 19?
Who wants to farm in real life?
They did.
Isn't Farming Simulator 19 in VR? Can't you do that in VR?
It's also available with Game Pass, which is $1 right now.
Do Farmville so I can annoy people by sending invites to join, and so they can play with me.
Honestly, I gotta tell you, there was a time where I was like addicted to Farmville. Both Betsy and I were playing it very heavily, but the fact that it's just a time sink with a game attached.
Yeah,
easily the most annoying way that you could make a game.
You mean all of the old Zynga games like Mafia and Farmville? There was that other one that was
Crush.
like, God, what was the other PopCap game that was also in there? It was similar to Farmville, but it was like something separated from it. I just can't remember what the fuck it was.
Dang it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't brain today, so
I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of time on Farmville and Candy Crush.
Oh my goodness.
On my breaks at work, like it was just good, mind blowing, like just time wasting. So.
Farmville turned my mom into a gamer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my mom would not shut up about Farmville. Like, no, go accept my thing. I need more.
Right?
You like ask people for stuff. She's like, I need more of this. Can you just log on your Facebook and send me some? I'm like, no, I don't want to play Farmville.
I kid you not.
She-
There was, when I was working at GameStop, this was during my first 2 years at GameStop. I was at the store that was literally dead all the time. I had 5 customers maybe a day if I was lucky. One kid would come in once a week and buy $1,500 worth of Farmville like coins.
Holy crap.
He would make my sales in that store for the week just off of buying Farmville cash.
Jeez.
Wow.
I bet it was for his mom.
No, it was for him. He was legit serious about Farmville, and I have no idea why.
That was ridiculous.
Money?
I
What
gotta
was this kid doing?
He
I gotta
was,
tell us.
he was like
a slightly related story, but,
16-year-old kid.
He was selling his accounts. He was selling those accounts.
I
Could've been.
guess so.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
or
The
farming
plot
to get
thickens.
now. Yeah. But so
Yeah.
I totally forgot, but this just reminded me. So this past weekend on the scuba trip, I had a student who, when they turned in their paperwork initially at the store, I saw their email address, and it was related to that game that we were talking about a couple weeks ago, Kingdoms of Amalur.
The Reckoning.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked down at the paper and I was like, you play Kingdoms of Amalur by chance? And he was like, yeah. And I mean, he's like maybe a good, I would say, I don't want to try and guess, but he was easily like 10 years older than me. And so we got into talking about it. Well, this weekend on the trip, he and his wife were there on the trip with me. And so they both walk up to me. And usually the first thing that they'll say is like, where do we put our equipment down or stuff like that? They had already put their equipment like together. And then they were like, so, how many level 120s do you have in World of Warcraft? I made the big mistake of talking to them about it. And I mean, like, I thought I talked about World of Warcraft a lot. Man, I found the perfect people to talk to about World of Warcraft. Because we could talk. His wife, by the way, was like, oh, yeah, the one who asked how many 120s I have. And I was like, oh, yeah, right now I'm, streaming. I'm trying to, get like 12 of them. She's like, only 12? And I was like, what? She's like, oh, yeah, no, I've got, easily like a server full of like 120 shamans.
Lord.
Just like all she plays is shamans.
So-
She just got shamans for every race. And
So what you're
In
saying is
faction.
you had a fun weekend.
Apparently, she
no,
she
it was
shaman shamed you. Good lord!
She
Like,
did. I was like, my shaman is level 36. I can't help it that my account got hacked in 2006. Anyway,
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It got to my mom would call me on her break and be like, "Could you go till my crops?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I don't even like that game." And she would legit get upset with me, and then hang up in my face. It's like, "Oh wow, okay, we're breaking up over Farmville."
God.
Fucking
Um,
Farmville.
Oddly enough, speaking of MMOs with the races and classes, apparently Wizard of the Coast came out with some more information about another game that they're addressing sensitivity toward.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Last
'cause
week we
last
had
week
Magic
we
the
was
Gathering.
last week. Oh no, the week before was it week before or last week?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. You're right. I wasn't here last week.
Yeah. Kind of interesting that they're going into Dungeons and Dragons, and me personally, I like to see this addressing of things that have been talked about for a long time and
Mhm.
that really just kind of haven't been not really swept under the rug, but more just kind of like that's not really a thing. Like, stop trying to make a thing out of nothing. And now they're kind of looking at it and going, "Hey, maybe there is something to this." Some of the people in the game, especially like orc and like the dark elves or drow or whatever you call them.
Yeah. Oh no, we lost your microphone again. You were talking about the drow.
He's like, never mind.
And Jono blew smoke, and then your microphone disappeared.
It's my magic trick.
So I was gonna say, just go, you got it. These races in the game have been always looked at as like being somewhat lesser for some reason, or inferior, or like the orcs being less intelligent and always like the savage warrior type, which again I feel like initially the person who created them was just trying to go, okay, how do I make this the stat sheet fit what would that character look like and what would it be? And when you think about it that way, I mean, it's possible that was somewhat racially fueled, but moving forward from that, I guess they're going to address them, like working with people from these communities to try and maybe rework some of this stuff, but which is a good thing. But one thing that I wanted to just touch on was that I've always noticed that in games like, especially like in Skyrim, for example, which is a good one, or any of the Elder Scrolls games, they like always really brought that to the forefront of the gamers like purview. Like the dark elves, you talk to a dark elf and the dark elf is pretty much going to tell you, yeah, everyone here looks at me like an outsider. And there's always like a quest line that like kind of had to do with that. And I felt like in a sense it was racially sensitive and kind of topical. And I like that about it. I like that it addressed the fact that there's people out there who, because of the way people look, they treat them differently.
I mean, I always I never I always did like think of it as a somewhat like racial type of thing, but also I thought of it more of a like their choice in how they would interact, because like dark elves, they were studying darker magics, they were more known to be like a little shifty, they were always like casting kind of almost taboo kind of magicry and stuff. But that's why I thought that they were more like frowned upon in society. I always saw it as their choice in how they were going, as opposed to like what their I guess the magic norm or whatever would be.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I guess there's also the whole political difference between like high elves and regular elves and wood elves and things like that too. So
yeah.
I don't know, but I would be a little terrified for like super highly intelligent orcs to start popping up, because if they're smart as shit and they start one-shotting us, then fuck.
It's interesting that you say that way though, because I personally have always like really enjoyed playing like in World of Warcraft, for example, playing the orc race because of the way that the characters look and the way that the armor fits and things like that. But when it comes to classes like warlock, an orc warlock, it just doesn't like work as well stat wise, because what they're based on again is like warrior classes, and they're like heavily warrior based. So it would be kind of like, it's always like been kind of weird to be like, for example, like an orc mage. They just recently added that. Well, I say recently, but in the last few expansions, they finally added that.
Yeah, and you know, why is Gul'dan texted me right now? You think he said stop talking shit on orc warlocks?
he's like been stereotyped as an evil person in that game too.
Well, I mean, isn't warlock
evil as shit?
Trying to bring his race up.
Isn't warlock typically seen as like an evil-ish kind of?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I
and he's like,
these are things that I never think of.
That's like a major character
in like a fantasy setting. I never really think of like differences between like racial indiscretions or things like that, because I'm always like, they're like lore inscriptions, like they were built upon those types of different things. So it's something that I never put a lot of thought into, but it's interesting to start seeing it as more of a we need to start setting different boundaries towards things.
Mm. There's also the thing too is like
Right.
if you want to talk back into lore and things like that, like there are ways to approach it and do it right. Like is I really like Servo. You're talking about looking back in lore and stuff like that and seeing like class warfare and racial prejudice and things like that. Warcraft lore is huge on that. I mean, orcs versus humans. You look back on that. That's analogous to the slave trade of yore in our history. The orcs were brought over for that purpose, and it was very analogous, and it taught and it was very vehement in like, this is some wrong ass bullshit right here, like that's going on. And then you have heroes like Thrall come out of that to raise up and bring everyone back together. And like I like when developers do lore that's like, here's some shit that is very analogous. Yeah, and here's how it should be. This is what people should be pushing for. Like I like seeing that.
They draw some similarities from the real world, and then they go, well, if in our world it works this way, not the way that it happens here in the real world. Which is again is something that I like. And another thing that I like is that Wizards of the Coast came out and said that they teased it a little bit, saying that they're coming out with basically new product where they're gonna kind of address some of these sensitive subjects in the manuals and the way they've been written, and possibly add what it says is a way for a player to customize their character's origin, including the option to change the ability score increases that come from being a certain race, like an elf or a dwarf or any of the other races. Which I really enjoy that, because why can't I have a very super intelligent orc? I mean, I have deficits in other places, just like any other character. It shouldn't be only one way, like there's different types of people within all races.
I like it, but then at the same time we're about to get that's basically them just going, all right, we're gonna release 6th edition and you guys have to pay for these changes. That's the difference there, is they're gonna go, all right, I hear that you really like these advances and these changes and these different social structures, so how does $60 sound? Yeah,
that sounds good to me. Honestly, I'm here for the content. Legit.
$60. Give me money.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
Huh? Nier brings up a good point. Nier brings up another example, talking about Nier in chat says, really feel you never really played WoW, but Final Fantasy 14 story addresses classism and a lot of modern concepts wrapped up in fantasy. Final Fantasy 14 is a huge class struggle. There is a lot of haves and have-nots, and they deal with how the other half lives and stuff like that. Absolutely good example. Love it, Nier.
Actually, a lot of the Final Fantasy stories deal with that to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost all of them, except for the first 3, I think. And those ones weren't classism as more...
no, it was more like a government versus like a rebellion type of deal with a lot of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in that case, again, we're talking about the poor versus the rich, things like that. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily based in race, but some of it was. Some of it definitely was. Like looking at Final Fantasy VI, which is one of the games that I recently just got. One of the reasons I loved it was because it kind of addresses that, well, you can use a summon, so you're an outcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 10 was the
complete espers, and
10 was the opposite of that, where it was, oh, you're a summoner, so you're better than basically everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
I was gonna say your player base is changing also. It's not just, maybe back in the day when it was originally created, it was created for a specific type of player base. Now, as it's grown popular and evolved, you got more people drawn to it. So at that point, I think you see people starting to notice certain things where, yeah, it may not have been a big deal because you created it for a certain player base. So you were just like, I described it this way because the easiest way I can put it is like, Marvel Comics had to go back and redo a lot of their characters because when the characters were originally created back in the 60s, they were written by all white men. Characters based off, black characters, white characters, female characters, and they were all from the representation of all white men. And it got to a point where it's like, okay, how does this white guy, I'm not saying all white guys are bad or anything like that, but
No, I mean, obviously.
how does this guy know what this woman goes through? How does he know what she feels? How does she knows how does this guy knows how she's lived her life? And the same for other races. So, and as more people started to pick up comic books, then they had to change how those characters were depicted. I mean, same with D&D, same with Magic the Gathering, same with as your player base starts to broaden and encompass other races and genders,
becoming more diverse.
As it becomes more diverse, then you're gonna have to change your product to include that diversity.
Yeah, it's the same with what we were talking about months ago with Cyberpunk adding the ability to change genitalia and things like that with the Ripper docs.
Yep.
Like it's the same type of deal. You got a different player base that wants access to that type of content. So, I mean, basically, why not?
Yeah.
It's just you're just serving your audience better. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll come next to D&D.
Yeah. Roll a D20 for your genitalia size.
Hey,
No, I mean,
Damn
I
it,
think
20, baby. I slap it on the table with a hearty thud. Yes.
God damn it.
Speaking of Jono Cucci.
Perfect segue.
this is one that I'm particularly excited about because I kind of got out of Animal Crossing after the quarantine craze.
From what I'm hearing, it sounds like all of you got out of Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I stopped playing it almost entirely. But I was actually, again, just talking about it with one of my students today. She was saying, on the way back home, I'm just going to be sitting in the car playing Animal Crossing and trying not to fall asleep. And I was like, oh, did you hear about the new update? And sure enough, they're adding the ability to swim. Super exciting.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
They're adding
ability to
Pascal back
dive.
into the game. Yeah, to dive. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff that hopefully can go with that. And just being able to wear snorkel gear is just more akin to my actual personality. So, of course, I'm going to enjoy that. But they're adding Pascal, and then they're adding, what was some of the other stuff they're adding?
Swimming.
Because I knew
Pirate Gulliver.
You're gonna be able to trade in some stuff and get like mermaid gear. From what I remember, you're able to trade in like seashells and get mermaid type of like, I don't know, what are those things that go inside of your house? Furniture, furnishment.
Yes.
Appliances.
Yes. We can hear you.
Yeah. You're gonna be able to get like all sorts of different like summer and mermaid theme type of furniture and appliances and things and.
Or actually gets like an
clothing.
outfit change finally.
Yeah, Gulliver does get an outfit change. You're right, but
Oh, yeah, he's
but,
going to be a pirate.
but
Yeah.
everybody's all about super sexy Gulliver. Wait, no, that's not Gulliver. That's the pilots. I'm sorry.
No, it's
No,
the
no.
pilot.
Gulliver's.
That's the brother.
You got so excited about that. You're
Yes,
like,
I did.
No, it's the pilot.
It's the pilot. I'm just saying, I'm right there with those people.
Fly me to the moon, seagull senpais.
Hey, I've seen some art of people drawing them like actual like people, and I recommend.
Does it look
highly
like
approve.
Does it-
sexy Squidward?
Doesn't that count as fan service, Chibi? Aren't you against fan service?
That is not fan service. That's art. There's a
Pretty
difference.
sure.
And
Pretty
it's
sure
all
that's fan
clothes.
service.
It is not sexual. They actually look like real people. Like without.
It's sexual when you talk about it. We can tell by the tone in your voice.
Oh my god! Whatever. Whatever.
Chibi, I do have to say that is an argument that I've used when defending fan service. So that's not fan. It's not fan service. It's art.
Hentai's not
So-
fan service, it's art.
As long as it's not sexual, I'm not sexually obsessed with, Wilbur or, whatever the other one is called. I
Orville.
can't remember right now. Or
pretend
yes,
like you
that's
don't know what
right.
it is.
Orville and Wilbur. That's right.
Red
That's
Bucker.
right.
That's what I was thinking too.
Orville, Red, and oh my god, that's stupid.
But
But no, I feel like this is also gonna reignite a lot of people like into Animal Crossing again. I'm not gonna lie, I really was about to jump on the other day just because one of my friends got a shark, and and then they told me that there's a bunch of different kinds of sharks that you can get.
Wait, look at them. They're so cute. Like, how can you not? How can you not? They're
I've seen those
adorable.
before. I've seen those before.
Yes. Wilbur's
Incredible.
the best because he looks like he's about to go into the danger zone, man. It's like, yeah.
Isn't that like some kind of like? Isn't that like featheryism? Is that
You
like a
mean-
form of furry?
I'm sure it's some type of something.
Yeah, there's
I'm sure
one
it's
of many.
But yes, I am all about it. It's wholesome. It's wholesome. Thank you, Nier. Thank
if-
you. It's wholesome.
If I can like dive into the water and swim with the sharks and stuff, I will at least play Animal Crossing for another week.
But I swear to God, if I can swim and I get
That's
a
it.
fucking sea bass, I'm done.
Just giving them a week.
Yeah, no, you're gonna swim and all you're gonna see is sea bass.
I don't want no more sea bass.
That's what
Not
it
a
is.
sea bass. It's at least a C plus bass. Ha cha 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 cha.
Hey, my favorite is still, what was it, the one with like the centipede one or whatever it is? I don't remember.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was
If
some
it
type
had-
of pun.
If it had one more, it would be a dollar peed or something.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. That was
something
my
like that.
favorite.
99 of those and you'd have $1 peed. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Fucking
Centipedal?
the horrible puns.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
read something about that guy who created the little,
The puns?
taglines for the
I love
animal.
it.
He was actually saying that the sea bass one was the best one out of the ones he had come up with.
Oh
'cause
God.
everybody really hated the other ones.
Oh wow. It's funny how the tables have turned,
How the turns table.
right?
How the turntables have
Yeah.
turned.
Wicka
Turned.
wicka wicka wicka.
But on to more
I was gonna say,
pressing.
So we finished out the gaming portion of news this week. So as for future Jonna, who's going to be splitting these up later,
For those listening on the audio, flip the cassette over for part 2.
What's a cassette?
please turn the cassette over to side B to continue.
I'll go ahead and jump into this first one. Just the other day, about 4 days ago, I believe, 3 or 4 days ago, Mixer decided to suddenly just
Kaput.
not shut its doors immediately, but announce to everyone, employees and streamers, all at the same time, basically, that they were going to be shutting down within
A month.
the span of a month.
And
So
Yeah.
as of July 22nd, 2020, Mixer is going to be no more.
it will be
Later.
combining into Facebook gaming is what they're doing.
AKA, it's going to die.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
We
big
are all
thing-
very sad.
The big thing about it was that it wasn't an internal message. It wasn't something that was emailed out to all of their partners and things. It was a message that was delivered on Twitter to
Yeah. The,
Yeah.
everyone.
the way it was
Uh,
delivered was very unprofessional, I would say.
Yeah, from what I understand, a lot of
especially-
the higher ups in Mixer only found out minutes before the Twitter post went out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've seen and like had a conversation with a couple of like the Mixer partners who were on there, and like they'd received an email, like maybe like one of them was asking about a different community spotlight event that was going on, literally 3 hours before the tweet went out. And then the tweet went out, and they're like, even the people who she was talking to in the community didn't have any idea. Like their PR people didn't even know that it was happening. And then the Twitter,
a lot of people didn't believe it.
Yeah,
they thought it was like some sort of hoax or something, or I don't know, some sort of sick joke. But
and then ironically, hours later, cheap ass gamers sharing tweets with discounts on their shirts.
Since then, is actually kind of inspiring. A lot of Mixer streamers have come to Twitch or back to Twitch after having streamed on Mixer, made a lot of friends, myself included, and I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's really, really great.
We absolutely welcome you back over here with full open arms. Like, if you guys need help, if we can do anything for you guys who are coming and transferring over from Mixer, we are here, and we hear you. So,
and the platforms are really, and I've used Mixer to some extent. The platforms are really not that different, and it seems from what I've talked to a couple people. I don't know if you guys know who Mad Dog Drogan is, but he's part of our kind of community of streamers. He used to be on Twitch. He was, like just a budding streamer. Went to Mixer, built up a very substantial community over there, and then while streaming on Mixer, met up with a good friend of ours, Oximus, and then they became friends. And then now he's back on Twitch, and almost all of his viewers have come over from Mixer, and now they're all a part of the ever expanding community that we've put together. So the more that happens, I mean, I think it's great for everybody involved, and I'm really happy actually to see that that they did that, because I mean honestly, I think a lot of people look at it as kind of threatening, but it's not. I mean, there's no limit on viewers. Like, you can get viewers from anywhere. So they can be viewers from Mixer, they can be streamers from Mixer, they can be from any platform, and I think it's great.
There's a lot of those Mixer partners and people who are like they're streaming on Mixer still to this day until the cutoff time, but they're promoting their Twitch on there because they know that they're transferring over, they know that they're moving, and they want to keep that community with them because they've built up that family over the years that Mixer's been a thing. And nobody wants to miss out on that. Nobody wants to lose all of the work that they've done and put forth. So absolutely, like we are here to help. 100%.
Oh yeah, and when the news hit, I saw so many reactions on Twitter. That was from, I don't know if everybody's seen it, but there was a streamer. She was crying about, she just woke up and found out the news. There was a guy who was posting about he does it to support his disabled son because he has to work from home, and streaming was provided a way for him to do that. And it was just all across the spectrum, from people like Harris Heller to who was like, I told you guys a month ago this was going to happen, to
he actually did.
Actually, there was a couple people that were saying that, but sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it was just like, just floored by the range of reactions that it had gotten. And of course the one about Shroud and Ninja, about how they made out. So
Shroud made out like an absolute like fucking boss.
Wait, hold the phone. Ninja and Shroud made out?
Yeah, because they Facebook tried to get them to come over, and they declined, so they had to pay off their contract.
Clickbait.
Clickbait. They
Ninja
got a
and
bunch
Shroud
of money.
made out.
Oh no, not made out, like
go.
made out with.
No, who get on this? Fan art, let's go.
Oh god, no.
But they both signed like what? They signed a 3-year contract each.
Millions of dollars.
Ninjas was 60 million. Shrouds was 30 million. Or no, I think Ninjas might have been more than 60 million, but Shrouds was $30 million. And
Ninjas was estimated at between 30 and 40 million dollars.
Okay, then Shrouds was 10. I know his was less, but he still had a giant chunk. Shrouds was $10 million. He was only on Mixer for 6 months. He had a 3-year contract, he still gets paid the full 10 million. He still gets the full payment from his obligation. That contract is now null and void apart from the actual payment. So he doesn't have to transfer back over.
Hopefully he gets that money.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to.
The funny part of that is that they had reached out to Shroud and Ninja, and they were like, "Hey, so you have a contract with us, but we could put in a good word for you over at Facebook Gaming." Like they approached them with that first as their offer, and then they were like, "Nah, just pay us the rest of our contract."
Nah, bruh.
So
nah, bruh.
My money.
200%. I'm putting my money down. Shroud is coming back to Twitch because he was loved and adored on Twitch. Ninja will probably not come back to Twitch because of all the shit that went down whenever he left. With his channel, with them taking down and putting up the channel, putting the porn up on his channel. He's gonna move over to Facebook Gaming or something else.
YouTube.
Or YouTube. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant YouTube Gaming. Sorry.
There is another contender coming into the mix.
And I was gonna say, I feel like with the amount of money right now that Ninja has under his belt, he could easily start his own platform.
Yeah, but
imagine just going to ninja.com whenever you want to watch Ninja.
Right.
I mean, Rooster Teeth does it.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Rooster Teeth
I did
transferred from YouTube over to Rooster Teeth.
/ninja.
I did actually like what Ninja was doing though. Once the news was hit and his whatever the contract negotiations or whatever,
thing.
Yeah, that was a really nice thing. That was a cool thing that he was doing. He was popping into some Mixer streamers into their stream and donating like substantial amounts of bits, like $1,500, $500. I thought that was an awesome thing that he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he made some people cry.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of videos of people crying, seeing Ninja's name pop up. I gotta be honest, it makes me a little emotional just thinking about.
I mean,
that kind of generosity going out to the to people who, again, we were just talking about. They literally just had their hearts broken.
Right.
To have somebody like that come in and basically help them out in their time of need. That's pretty huge.
There's also the other side of that same coin where like he's got to at least somewhat feel responsible, because when he moved over to Mixer, it was one of the largest things in gaming news for a little while, and everyone moved over to Mixer because of Ninja. So he's got to feel a little bit of remorse towards that. So I can also see that being like I'm so sorry.
Least he could do,
Yeah,
exactly. I mean,
but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't.
No, not by any means.
I don't think.
Conversation.
Yeah,
a lot of people went over there because of
a lot of streamers. Yeah, they were like, "Huh, why did Ninja move over? Let me start looking at Mixer." And a lot of people. That was when Oximus moved over. And he just didn't like the platform, the mobile platform, that much. That's the only reason he came back.
There was a lot of
he lost viewers or anything.
Yeah, well, like we knew a lot of streamers who jumped over there, like Ox, who
I've known a few too. I've known a few that jumped over to Mixer and came back to Twitch. But I've always taken the approach that if it should be more on the creator as far as where they can place their content, and because without the content, then the platforms would be non-existent. That's kind of the way that I look at it. So I kind of see what you're saying. How he would feel sorry for her, but I also kind of feel like he found out along with everybody else. So
yeah, they did. That's the crazy part, is that their top paid streamer on the platform didn't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I don't understand what's the gruff against Facebook gaming. I mean,
me
don't
personally,
like Facebook.
I don't have anything against Facebook gaming. What I have something against is Facebook. And the way
people just have issues with Facebook.
Like that. Yeah, a lot of it comes from that. And then of course it's kind of like Twitch, kind of like they started it, and then I think they started. I don't know the history, the actual history. I don't have it in front of me. But then you got Mixer, who was kind of like second son to the whole
I mean,
It was-
in all
it was
honesty,
Beam.
it was
I
yeah, it was
think
just
it was
TV.
Beam. It was Beam before Mixer.
It was
Okay.
Beam before Mixer, but Justin TV became Twitch, and then a few years after that, Microsoft started Beam, and then YouTube started YouTube Live, and then Beam moved over into Mixer and such, and then Facebook Gaming joined in there.
Okay, all right. So Facebook Gaming is basically like the last one to jump on the train.
It was
Right.
very
Yeah.
recent in the last couple of years.
It's like a hashtag. It's like not a hashtag Me Too. Sorry, that's something totally different. But it was like a Me Too thing that they kind of were just like, oh yeah, you can stream on our platform as well.
too.
It's not like
Don't
like
forget about us.
It's not like
Yeah.
they're a very like low end either, because they've snatched up some people on Facebook Gaming. Like they snatched up Disguised Toast, who was the largest Hearthstone streamer probably for a long time on Twitch, and they
I just
signed
gotta
him
look
over.
into Facebook and how they do their streaming. Like how do they go about? I'm not policing per se, but I know how a lot of different streaming platforms have limitations of what you can talk about, like things you can do that are against TOS. Like with Facebook, because that's a lot of people have issues with Facebook, is kind of like how their terms of service bots go and filter things. So how is their
Exactly.
streaming going to be filtered? Like, is it going to be the same way where it's going to be, oh, you can't talk about certain things or show certain things, or like how is that going to work? I don't know if
Well,
it's
it's
going to be
interesting you mentioned that. That's not
or
one of
the
our
same.
topics, but Facebook, something that I've been looking at recently is that Facebook, unknowingly to some of their streamers and some of the people who, most of their content is on Facebook and Facebook Gaming, they've been getting things like shadow banning going on,
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
their content
Oh, yeah.
is not being seen by a lot of their audience, and it's because of the things that they've been like saying on the stream has been picked up by those bots that you've been talking about. And sadly, a lot of the content that's being flagged by these bots has to do with the protesting, Black Lives Matter, things that are anti-Republican campaign,
Yeah,
things like
Instagram's the same way, and it's because
Yeah.
it's by Facebook.
I've
Instagram
seen that
is
too.
owned by Facebook, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
a lot of people will. I see posts all the time about people saying that their posts aren't being seen, and they're like if you can see this post, because I've been having significantly less interactions than normal, and I don't understand why. So yeah,
and a lot of people
I
have
don't know.
been backing it up, saying, "Yeah, I subscribe to your channel or I follow you on Facebook, and I literally can't see the posts that you're making. Like, I have to
Yeah.
go to your channel and search it up, and even then, sometimes it's not showing in the feed."
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
where I get hesitant about the whole. I loved the idea, because I have, all of my friends that are not
Yeah,
in the Twitch world. That'd be cool because I could connect with them. But I get so hesitant with the idea of doing it via Facebook. I don't know. I just don't know how they're gonna run things. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, a
It's-
lot of
it's
it
a-
has to do with a lack of attention to detail when they're utilizing these bots and things like that to flag things. Doesn't necessarily have to do with
I'm
anything with the
flagged.
stance that Facebook has. It's just that
I had a post of mine banned,
Yeah.
but automatically because it was a video on the coronavirus, but it was based off of the CDC, and I'm like, what? Like, how
Oh,
is
yeah.
this against TOS? And then I report it, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, we've had, our bots are they're like overdoing it, so we didn't mean to. We've unbanned your post. I'm like, yeah,
Same thing
well,
No,
YouTube.
that's actually that's why the Game Grumps like completely refuse to refer to it as the coronavirus. They actually will purposely call it the Backstreet's worldwide tour instead.
Boys reunion.
Yeah, the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Yeah, and what's funny enough, like in more overcorrections and things like that, there was another report of this this guy who just does chess videos on YouTube, and he like 1,500 videos in, he took some time out to like just tell his community in a video, like, hey, be safe out there, social distancing, coronavirus is a big thing, he was just being really informative and helpful. Instant flagging, 1,500 down the road, and he mentions that one thing, on a chess channel, and instantly flagged. He did get it corrected and overturned. They did review it, but the damage was already done. Once you get a video flagged, by the time you get it back up, your initial viewership is shot.
Like you've already lost that initial viewer spike from the release.
Yeah. It's just stupid. So I don't know. I'm hesitant about that, but I guess we'll see how they go.
Before we move on to the next thing, I just wanted to mention one thing before I forget. I'm relearning how to play Go, and if anyone wants to play Go with me online, it's free. Hit me up. Anybody in chat, hit me up in the Discord.
No Go.
And I've been watching the anime while I play.
Yeah. Oh my god!
I love the anime.
It fucking gets you hyped.
Like,
It does.
Excellent.
I'll have a go at it.
Oh,
You damn right you will.
You cheeky son of a bitch.
I'm actually right now, if anybody's like if you go into a thrift store or anything and you see one of those authentic Go boards with the legs and it's less than $200, like at me in the Discord immediately because they're super expensive.
I have an old one. It wasn't like a traditional one. It was more like a regular like old chessboard kind of one. But I have one somewhere.
I want the traditional one. I want to set it up right back there, and I want to play some Go games.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You old people.
Moving right along. Speaking of Jono Gucci.
So speaking of Jono Gucci,
we got a guy here that if we were talking about Jono Gucci, he would have a serious.
He would be
problem.
so confused.
This shit pisses me off so fucking much. Like, it's not even funny. It makes me so annoyed.
And I'm just gonna read this straight off the article because
Please do.
It's almost so unbelievable. A civil complaint has been filed against the live streaming service Twitch. Why, you ask? It's because a Twitch viewer is seeking $25 million in damages. $25 million. Almost the contract that Ninja had with Mixer. Accusing the site of exposing him. Not him exposing himself by opening the website, but exposing him to overly suggestive and sexual content from various female streamers.
Cry me a river.
So
apparently,
he finds an issue with Twitch because they don't have a way to filter out between genders, and they don't have a way to not have the thumbnails appear of the streamers on there. So the minute that he sees that there's a female, he feels this obsessive need to follow them, and he refuses to follow any male streamers, even though he's kind of proving his point that he's the issue there.
He suffers from OCD, sexual addiction, and Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
To which, by the way, he got to the point where he was following about. Oh, go ahead.
So in his lawsuit, he is he's filing for $25 million in reparations from Twitch, to which he said that all of the money should go towards other Twitch the Amazon Prime, like Twitch Pro members and Turbo members, and then the rest should go towards COVID and Black Lives Matter relief. He
says he follows 786 streamers, and none of them are men.
So in his lawsuit, he is claiming to also have all of those streamers banned, including Pokimane, Alinity, Amaranth, every top female streamer. He has also stated all of the people who are the problem, several of which in the names in his lawsuit, because I've looked at them, several of them aren't streamers. They're just women that he found attractive. They're just other people, like celebrities, that he's online models. I want them banned.
Yeah.
He is also known for filing lawsuits against other people, all of which who have failed entirely. He has sued Microsoft. He sued what was
Sony,
the other? Yeah, he sued
Nintendo, Blizzard.
What kills me though, he says that Twitch and other streaming services like that take advantage of sex addicts because it allows them to subscribe, donate, and pay bits to these female streamers who are only streaming with the sole purpose of taking advantage of such disadvantaged individuals who just want to watch a video game but are enticed now to spend money on these women for attention and sexual innuendo the streamer may do when, donating, like blowing a kiss to the camera or something. Like, you have every adult right to not do that. Don't be a simp and complain about being a simp. That's what you is. You spend your money on your own free will. That is not my
That's
fucking
right.
problem.
Oh my
You
Don't
goddamn right you
complain 'cause You
did.
spent $250 because you wanted to see me blow you a kiss on stream. That's your own fucking problem. Cry
Listen.
me a river,
Listen,
boo-boo.
man. Listen, man. You
By the
are
way,
you wanna
those
sub over
of you
here?
out there who are my simps, that's king shit. All right, that's king shit.
It's so stupid. Like, don't be pissy because you spend more money than you should have, and because you're alone, you want to spend money on female streamers. That is not
See-
their
Right.
fault.
See, your issue is you need to find help. You need to not be on the platform. If you know
Right.
that
Be a victim.
it's an issue, that it is causing you an actual issue, why are you there? Why are you subjecting yourself to it in
Because
this
it's
large
simple.
amount?
Jono, it's because he's an idiot.
What are you talking about? Humans can't be idiots. That's preposterous.
Because he's stupid. And he's like a lot of people on Twitch or on streaming services or on the internet who feel like, us women, demon heathens, and our sexualities tempting them like black magic.
I will absolutely say though, for that much money that he is, simping over, I will gladly give him a foot calendar.
No,
I'm
remember he only
just-
wants women.
He doesn't
he
want
He
your
wants,
foot
doesn't know
calendar.
the
boobs.
gender of my feet.
Oh, I'm sure he.
Figure it out.
This is a seasoned veteran of feet.
Damn it.
No.
He could
He's seen
figure.
enough of them.
Damn it, he gonna see those.
He knows.
He gonna see those corn huskers, and they're like, those are not women's
Corn
feet.
huskers. God, that's mean. I was just thinking more in the sense of like, clearly he follows very feminine, girly, like fraily, not frail. What's the word? Petite. That's the word. Petite styled ladies,
No, he follows some
Of
thick ladies too.
whatever gender.
We all know Pokemon thick.
Is she though?
You ain't
She's
wrong.
thick.
Pretty petite, like tiny, like small, like short. I mean, I say petite, I mean like short, like small.
And to answer your question, Nier, a Pornhub membership is free right now. This man can
Oh,
go
God.
get what he needs on a whole different platform for absolute free.
Right, from a self-proclaimed sex addict, and you go to Twitch and complain about the streamers that are on there. Like
I
you
was-
said, he,
But he's not the
just
first
a little
guy.
bit, just to be a little bit real on the subject. Someone who's a sex addict who's actively trying to get away from their addiction wouldn't use Pornhub.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
They're
would
trying
stay
to
away from the
do
internet.
away with that. But
I mean,
they should also not be on a streaming website where they're gonna be tempted by things that they see. If you see a temptation, you go away from it, not towards
See, but
it.
that'd be
which is
logical
what-
thinking.
I
Which is
mean-
what he's doing, and then
Like-
saying that it's Twitch's fault for making him do
I
it.
was gonna say,
Where he
so
could go
this,
to, like, for example, ninja.com, whatever Ninja's new website's gonna be, and go watch him stream video games, and he won't have any problems.
so
He won't have any
Right.
problems.
So
You
he
supposed
can
to
just go to
go-
YouTube. He can just go to YouTube and watch specific game. Like
No, that's probably
But you-
suggestive.
this
stuff.
this
Maybe.
yeah.
Guys, he's not the only male who's ever complained about female streamers being too sexual. Like, he's just one right now. Like, this is just always an issue that female streamers have. It's just
It's true.
it is, but
Yeah,
also
you're always
like
gonna have
this-
apparently we
people
can't be, attractive on stream because then we're just tempting too many people.
can this guy like not go
dare
to the
you.
mall and pass by Victoria's Secret without like whipping it out while he's like passing by the lingerie? Because that's
He
Probably
doesn't have.
To be
He
fair,
doesn't, he doesn't
again,
have
to
that
be
kind of
fair,
restraint.
it's possible that he doesn't have that kind of restraint. So
No,
yeah,
he probably
maybe.
doesn't. Plus, he's just clearly a whiny bitch who wants to not solve his issue and blame others. That's just clearly how he is. And
Yeah,
I
like
have no-
like Servo said, you if you
sympathy.
if you go to the site and you see something tempting, you're supposed to go away from it, not find 786 other temptations that you can follow. So
And
clearly,
say, blasphemy, you
Follow
bitches!
some
You
male
made me
streamers
spend
and
my
only
money.
watch the people on your follow list. Like,
Right?
it's really not that difficult to do if
It's
you
not.
have knowledge of how the website works. But I would also say just stay away from streaming sites, because as of right now, I'm pretty sure there's no way to filter by gender.
There isn't.
So
and I mean,
There
clearly,
doesn't need to be.
this
someone else
his
to create
lawsuit,
followers or follow streams for you, and then go watch only those.
and I mean, clearly, this civil suit's not going to go far because
No, it's not.
he's tried this so many other times before for ridiculous reasons, and just get the help that you need.
Yeah.
Maybe
this
maybe
guy
he
is
needs
too.
that 25 million to get the help that he needs. I don't know. It's,
You
Yeah,
just
this
have
guy
to-
it's
has sued a lot of companies though in
Yeah.
the
A lot of
past.
big companies too, not just like tiny companies. Like he
this-
sued Blizzard.
It's gonna all blow over because this guy has failed every lawsuit he's ever done.
Yeah,
It's just
clearly.
he purposely goes in to try to get his like 5 minutes of fame.
He does because he's a piece of shit. So whatever. I don't like this dude. Like I told you, this shit pisses me off beyond belief.
I get that you don't like him, but to
I
be
don't.
fair, it's very obvious that he has a mental condition and that he
so
needs
it's
help.
so
So I'm
Eh.
just saying he is still a person.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I'm not trying to like sympathize with the guy or humanize him. Well, I mean, he's a human, but
I mean,
he
is.
did of his own admission. He was basically saying things along the lines of, it was heavily alluded that he does these things because it brings him back in the spotlight, and that's the only time he can ever get attention from anybody. And I'm not trying to
Well, that's
sympathize
not my
with the guy. I'm
problem.
not trying to sympathize with the guy.
But that's sad. That's sad.
No, it's
But
not.
I agree with that.
And all I'm saying is that it is.
No, it is still
because
sad.
It's
Yeah.
very
It's
sad. And if
pathetic,
that's
like-
the case, then it needs to, for one, it needs to not be a headline, and two, it needs to be dealt with by a professional. And I feel like
He needs to go get help and
the
stop
lack of
blaming
that
other people.
happening is the problem. Is really the
Yeah.
problem. Whoever's allowing him to go out
agreed.
and create these suits is
He needs a
encouraging
handler.
this kind of activity.
Yeah. So
Like, I
I'm not real big up on law, but when you submit a civil suit, does it have to go through a lawyer or something?
It does.
I would
I
think you
imagine it
do.
does.
It
Yeah,
does.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so some law practices out there, like
Exactly.
I don't think they mentioned his name. I don't think they mentioned his name in the article or anything like that. But some law practice out there was like, "Oh, back again, Johnny. Yeah, let's get this one rolling."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
where
They're
they
enabling
should
him.
He has money
Yeah,
for that,
yeah.
but he doesn't have
It's
money to
because-
get help.
No, I bet you he does have money. That's probably
I'm
probably
sure.
why he's doing this. He's got nothing
Well-
better to do with this money.
Kicking these
I
suits
know.
off isn't cheap. You
No.
know?
That's why
he has
I have
money
no
to start
sympathy
them.
for this guy because he has all of the ability to go get help, but he's not. So that's not.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for that. No, if you want to blame other people for your problems, that's not
Well,
cool.
Some people are unable to help themselves. That's all I'm saying, and that needs to be addressed as well.
Someone
any
needs
case-
to go out to get him the help he needs.
I agree. It needs to be this
In a padded
this
room.
again. This reoccurring thing that he's been doing, it needs to be addressed because obviously it's not going to stop until someone takes care of it. And it's just, I mean, why let someone continue to be a terrible human being?
Yeah.
In any case,
Mhm.
moving on to a slightly different subject
Well,
We got
we don't really
someone
know.
on Twitch.
We don't
who
really know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's actually completely different in that now we've got somebody who has been banned from Twitch, but nobody knows why.
Everyone
and
is
it's
like
not just-
weirdly
It's not just a
rejoicing.
random person. It's Dr. Disrespect, literally one of the most prolific streamers on Twitch, on the
Like,
platform.
Yeah.
Love him or hate
Pulls
him,
20
he is very
20,
much
30,000 viewers a day.
the face of Twitch right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man,
And
my accounts
his-
are like
his stream just-
cheering.
Disappeared off the face of the planet, and it's
Yeah.
interesting because if you look at some of the articles that have been posted, and I posted one in our Discord that was essentially a little bit after after the whole thing kind of came out where his channel got banned, no one knew why. At the end of the stream, he's talking to the Champions Club, which is what he calls his subscribers. And he's saying, "Don't worry, we're gonna get through this." Then he basically says "fuck" and then just cuts the stream off after showing a subscription ad.
Like he completely broke character, which is very, very unlike him.
Yeah, he's only done that like 2 or 3 times live. And the first time I think was when somebody shot at his house.
Yep.
And the second time was when it was brought out that he cheated on his wife, and he actually did that intentionally to apologize. And it looks like things have been patched up, which is a good thing. But now, nobody really knows
very
why.
Much seems
he's actually
he's
actually
now
come out
his
recently
wife has
saying,
come out and been like, I stand with him through whatever's happening, and she's even made a statement about like how they're gonna be like okay through all of this.
Yeah, he actually made a statement today. By the way,
saw that.
I was okay. So he made a statement today saying he doesn't know why. What he doesn't know why it's going on, and the statement made by Twitch is that they're reviewing the ban. Like they know that the ban is there, and they cited the community guidelines and the terms of service.
So one of the weird things is he wasn't only removed from Twitch, like he wasn't only permabanned from Twitch, but he was also removed on Discord as well. Which
maybe with this social climate, they're just not accepting his behavior anymore. Maybe they're just finally like, well, we can't accept someone of his personality, even if it's just a personality. It's like a persona he plays. Maybe they just don't want that type of
which is interesting because
I don't know.
This month, the entire month, all of his Twitch donations and subscriber money has been going to the Black Lives Matter movement and the NAACP.
Yeah, but I guess they're maybe looking at it in the sense of, like how a lot of people pass decisions that they've made, that's coming up, like you did this however many years ago, but that still means that we're going to have to hold you accountable for it. Maybe they're looking back at past things he's done, not recently, and they're just like, well, we're finally just going to permaban you because I don't know.
I strongly doubt that, considering they still let a lenity on this platform. There's absolutely no way.
Different rules.
When she is much worse than anything Dr. Disrespect has ever done. There's no
everything
way.
I see is people are happy he's gone because of his personality. So I don't know. I mean, I just know a lot of people are happy he's going. So I don't know that why.
It's weird. It's weird that you.
I see the other side of it too.
No,
it's split down the middle. I've seen it split down the menu.
So
like
I don't watch him.
Love him or hate him, he is still a huge portion of Twitch, and that's one of the big like face heads that like it's like removing a portion of Mount Rushmore. It's just gone.
Yeah, but it's weird that you say that he doesn't know why he was banned, because there are other streamers who have come out and say they know why he's been banned.
Yeah,
they don't.
I don't know.
No, they don't. They're guessing.
They're hopping on a fame train that's happening.
Exactly. If you look at the comments on his tweets recently, it's a shitload of self-promotion is all it is. Nobody knows why.
Yeah.
And it's what's more interesting to me, and I'm again coming from the side where I really enjoy Dr. Disrespect content.
I
the
enjoy
amount
him in
of
small
production
doses.
value that his stream has, I always look at that. Again, it's a character. I've always understood that, even from when he was on YouTube, that he plays a character that's supposed to be the, that kind of like egotistical, basically maniac who's just video gaming, that's what he embodies. And
two-time
it's really interesting
world
because
champion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Because at the same time he does that, that's a lot of what you see. There's also, if you watch the stream, and it just so happens that I was watching that stream when he got banned, and the person he was playing with, which was Douglas Raw, went and raided a good friend of our stream, Philly's Finest, with like 1,200 viewers. So that all happened all at the same time, and then like shortly afterwards, he made that statement for basically it seemed like, because again, I was watching it seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere because his chat is just like so you can't really keep up with it when anybody's talking about. But then his mood shifted. It's like he read something, and I think it was maybe he noticed that he got banned from Discord first, and people were like, "What's going on?"
That's probably where the where his
And then
like
he
look
realized-
of panic and fuck came from.
He realized that something is happening that is out of his control because it's Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and then the channel got deleted.
Nah.
So
I
was.
I will
it's
say
really weird.
Like regardless of whether or not you like him, his like he brought so much production value to the
He did.
entire platform.
Yeah.
I do gotta agree on that, and I don't
Good
like him. So,
Lord.
but I do gotta appreciate his production value. I do gotta appreciate that. But
Like
watching
he
that
sparked
last
so
video,
many ideas for me just from like whenever he would run in from transitions to like when his old transitions would go on, and he'd like go over and do a bullshit like advertisement in front of a fake gym that was in front of a green screen, or he would be in front of a newscaster station and just shoutcasting his own matches that are going on.
Yeah.
but watching that last video, it kind of felt like he was caught in something he had done a while ago. Just from the last 30-second clip, just from the point where he was just like, "Fuck."
Right.
Like maybe it was something that he didn't remember he did, and then
that's what I'm thinking.
it was just kind of like, well, at first he was like reading it, was like, we'll get through this, we're gonna get through this, guys, you know. There we go. Fuck, like, damn, they got that. That's the way that I took it. So
That's all. Yeah.
Quite plausible.
It could, yeah. I mean, honestly, even with that statement, because I kind of thought that too, but at the same time, again, if I'm sitting there streaming, and like for example, I gave the idea that maybe my Discord went down, and I would go, okay, wait a second, what's going on? And then I get a notification maybe from Twitch that the channel is being banned, and that like just about any moment my stream is going to be shut down. I would have the same reaction regardless of whether I knew what it was about.
Agreed.
So,
And I mean, honestly, until we know,
it's very possible that
we
he
don't
doesn't
know.
okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, honestly, it could be something as simple as like a DMCA hit.
But they said it
He
wasn't the
wonders
DMCA
though, what if this
hit.
is all publicity? What if this is literally all something that's not even legit?
And I had thought about
Yeah,
this too.
Shroud
People have
Ninja,
joked about
Shroud
that as
Ninja
well.
and Doctor going over to
all
another
just
platform.
a stunt with him and Twitch to you know.
I had thought about this too because
Mhm.
someone was joking saying that maybe because of what's going on with the social climate kind of changing, that he's going to go and just become Guy Beam. And he's just going to be Guy Beam on stream from now on.
Oh, so Dr.
So he's
Disrespect
gonna
has been
move from
banned.
heel to
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna have a character shift.
He'll be
So-
Dr. Respect.
Dr. Disrespect has been banned, but Guy Bean has arrived on the scene.
He's just
Oh, look at that hot fire, boy! Spitting that hot fire.
no, what he's doing is he's basically doing that whole season end of Fortnite where it's just a black hole that sucked everything in, and then we're gonna have to wait for a period of time, and then all of a sudden, bam, new Dr. Disrespect.
So look, if this is a publicity stunt, it's the worst season ender since Game of Thrones.
I mean, it's a weird way to go about it. I kind of have to say that I very much doubt that that's the case, but
Yeah.
I do think that it's probably has to do with something that is gonna turn out to be not nearly as bad as
Okay.
a lot of people are thinking it's gonna be.
Hear me
I
out.
hope so.
Hear me out, right? So his entire channel went down, and what's gonna happen is he actually
Brendan Fraser
is going to end up in The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
God.
This
Okay.
is all viral marketing.
God, Lord.
You know what?
2020 is
That's
the year where
hilarious.
The Mummy comes back. I'm calling it.
I mean,
I'm in.
Dr. Disrespect pretty tall. He would make a good mummy.
I would
What,
absolutely.
6'8".
I would cast him as Imhotep in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah.
Didn't they already redo the Mummy with Tom Cruise?
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, that
We
didn't
do
exist.
not
That
talk
did not
about
exist.
that.
That disgrace of a movie. That was so stupid.
That did not exist.
We do not talk about anything from that except for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because that was probably the only part of that movie that was redeeming.
Yeah.
I had a friend get upset because I told him I didn't like Tom Cruise movies because in all his movies he has to be the best at everything.
True.
I don't like him playing the soldier. He was supposed to like introduce the entire monster universe, and because that movie did so poorly, we lost the entire recreation of the monster universe.
I mean, they rebooted in another few years. Same thing happened with Green Lantern.
I don't want another 10 years to have another good fucking Frankenstein movie. It was supposed to be the Universal Monster Universe.
The Universal Monster Universe.
Yeah. I think it was, but there was an official title for it, like the MCU. I think it was like the Deku or something, like the DECU or something. Some
No,
shit
that's
like that.
a tree in Zelda.
I thought the same thing. I thought immediately the same thing.
Yeah, the
Oh,
dark.
Izuku Midoriya?
It was
Deku
the
tree?
What?
it was the Dark
Yeah,
Universe. That's what it is. Yeah, it was the Dark Cinematic Universe or some shit. But it was supposed to reboot all of the monster franchises connecting off of the Mummy. So it was supposed to be Revival of the Mummy, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Wolfman, Dracula, and
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah,
I
it was
got
supposed
you.
to be all of that.
I got you. Damn,
We
that Tom
need
Cruise.
Brendan Fraser.
We do.
That their damn Tom Cruise messed up everything.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's just don't.
Don't waste your time.
You ain't
Don't
missing
waste
much.
time.
Just don't.
I haven't seen it, so
That
I'll
Last
better
Airbender movie
pass.
though, solid.
Damn it, you!
Speaking of John Okuchi, actually I probably shouldn't segue with that one on this particular subject.
Probably not.
But,
Probably not the best one to do.
Yeah, sorry. In any case, speaking a little bit more seriously, some of the social shift that's been going on Twitch has to do a lot of it stemming from things that are going on outside of Twitch, but also it's been, of course, reflected in that because streamers are people too, just like everybody else.
No, we're not.
Hell yeah, they
What
are.
the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, well, some of us aren't, but we don't talk about how you're a cyborg on stream. Oh shit! Dang it! Fuck!
Damn it!
How
What are you
fucking
doing?
dare you, Servo? You reveal my secrets!
Sorry, John. Your channel's gonna be the next to go down. They don't allow cyborgs on Twitch. So the Twitch CEO, interestingly accused of basically just not giving a shit about people reporting abusive Twitch partners.
Right.
I honestly, when I read this and a lot of the stories that went along with it, I know you and I kind of talked about it in Discord a little bit.
Yeah.
Chibi as well, and I'm sure the rest of us all kind of share these sentiments. But just speaking about that conversation, I was physically upset.
Yeah.
Reading some of the things that's been going on within the unseen parts of Twitch, the whispers and discords and things like that behind the scenes, and then the fact that things were brought to light, or at least brought to the eyes of the people who work at Twitch,
Mhm.
and then basically passed off as being unimportant it's extremely upsetting, to say the least.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
It was. I was outright disgusted with some of the stuff that I was reading that happened to some of the streamers, and them having the courage to speak out about it and report it, and then it be just brushed under the rug or looking at it as a minor infraction, and it was really because as soon as I seen that article about the CEO of Twitch not really just not giving a shit.
Yeah, what he said was, wow, the things that go on our platform, can't really comment, and then moved on to the next subject.
And right when I read that article, it was like a day or so that Twitch released a statement about them taking all the harassment cases seriously.
Well,
And I was kind of like, okay, which one do I believe?
That was because of the entire social media outburst that came out of that, which was
Right.
everyone blowing up Twitch blackout, which we also took a part of. Except Servo, who also had a protest stream that day, right?
I actually waited until midnight, also because of internet issues, but I ended up waiting until midnight until the blackout was over. And then I did an activism stream where I dedicated about 2 hours specifically to talking to my viewers and putting the information out there for people who don't understand why the education of these subjects, sexual harassment, and I hate to say it, but rape and some other things that go along with it are important. Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, it's not easy for me to talk about. One, because I have never really experienced that stuff myself, but I've been in different types of relationships with a lot of people who have, and I take it very, very seriously. And when I read this, I kind of got fed up to the point where I just said, I can't stream and not talk about it. So I'm gonna make a stream where that's all I'm gonna do is talk about it, and just kind of get it out of the way, because I was in my feelings for sure, and I'm kind of getting back into them right now.
I mean, I guess when you think about it, I mean, imagine not those affected specifically, but like a lot of female streamers or people of color streamers, like, I mean, imagine how they feel. So I mean, it's great that there are that people like you are making streams like this, that, obviously, like you said,
I absolutely did it for them. I mean, and
it's great.
I'm not just saying that as a generality either. Like, the people who I'm talking about are like some of my viewers who have come to me and said, hey, this happened, I want you to know. And again, like, I take that shit very seriously. So yeah, that's exactly why I did that.
That's why, like, people like someone like me, I don't take that shit at all. That's why I'm like, I can be a little savage on certain topics, especially with targeting, especially in this particular instance, is dealing with, sexual abuse, and whether it be, even emotional abuse. But, it's hard to be sympathetic on a lot of topics. It's just the minute we start kind of not taking it seriously, it gets pushed aside. But I'm glad that people are actually starting to take this seriously and actually realizing that this shit is happening and it needs to stop, because I'm tired of it. I mean, granted, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't talk about that they've experienced.
And that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that this was just the amount of people who have come out. Exactly.
Yeah, we don't know the people who
found the strength to come out and say something. I can't imagine how many people who, for fear retaliation, whatever the reason may be, who don't want to say anything. So
it's crap. Like, it shouldn't be the case. Like, females or people of color, black women, anyone should not feel that they can't talk about this stuff for fear of retaliation. This is stupid. These types of things should be called out, and just, that's it. There's no right or wrong. I mean, and there's no black or white about it. You did something horrible to somebody, and now blackmailing them or treating them like crap, trying to, get them kicked off of Twitch. Like, it's just stupid. Like, why is this behavior ignored? Because money talks?
A lot of it,
I don't get it.
has to do with favoritism, nepotism, and things like that. It's already been established by a lot of crazy enough, it's been established by a lot of the partners of Twitch who have come forward and said things like, people who were like at TwitchCon, for example, they were, allowed to do certain things at TwitchCon, they had these kind of accusations come forward. They were even substantiated to some extent. And then the next year at TwitchCon, they were elevated in the same way or more.
Yeah.
And why? Because they were related to the vice president or the CEO's, cousin or some shit
there
like
was
that.
like some shit about one of the like higher ups nephews and shit that came out. And
Right. Yeah,
they were
that's
like,
exactly what I'm
oh
referring
well,
to.
he's a promising partner with the company, so we can't do anything about it.
There you
No.
go.
No, someone fucked up. You fucking deal with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It should be just like any other business. If I'm at work and I say something inexcusable to somebody that I work with, regardless of their whatever, it doesn't really make a difference. If I say something that's against the guidelines, guess what? I'm going to get brought in and I'm going to be dismissed.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Fortunately, a
And
lot
it's
of
As you should
places
be.
aren't that way. A lot of jobs
No, I mean,
But they
it
should
don't
be.
do that.
depends on where you work
And
at,
it's
but
such
yeah,
a
it
trap.
absolutely should be.
They absolutely should be. If you fuck up, you
They
need to
should
deal with the
be.
consequences of fucking up.
Yeah,
And-
I'm just.
and people are continuing to come forward, and
Yeah, there's been a
So
lot, especially like
there's a lot
lately.
of owning up. There's a lot of owning up that we're owed right now. If I honestly feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will always stand up for my female streamers. Like I am very savage about it. Like there's too much that they have dealt with and that they continue to deal with, partners and affiliates, whatever. I'm kind of over it.
I mean, and it goes
They're
hand in
even
hand
beyond.
what a lot of what we were talking about last week with and the week before that with the racial side of these type of things, like for example,
Yeah.
Activision coming forward and saying, hey, like we are taking a stance on like for example racial screen names that have to do with things like that and cracking down on those type of things. I mean, yeah, it should have been done way back when, or however you want to refer to it, but like it's just part of this movement, and I feel like if they're not picking up on what everybody else is putting down, they're gonna suffer. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad.
If you are not doing something and becoming part of the movement, then you are part of the problem.
Yeah.
Completely agreed.
And I kind of tend to see this as a generational thing too, because it's
in society right now where things
yeah,
are coming
it's
to
a really
ahead.
big shift. Yeah, because you have a lot of older generation. I mean, a friend of me and a friend talked about it the other day. It was like you have these people in Congress that stay 40, 50 plus years, and they have a older mentality. So why would anything change? And you have a newer generation that's exposed to a different type of environment, exposed to a different type of friend, exposed to a different type, a different upbringing altogether. So they're in a completely different mindset. So, and if they see something that's not right, then they're going to want it to change.
Yeah.
And as well it should be. And it should have been changed.
Yeah.
Well,
Honestly,
a lot of them don't want that change.
I feel like a lot of it is coming from, and this is just my opinion. I don't really have any statistical basis on this, although saying this now, I'm definitely going to go do some research. But I feel like a lot of this comes from, it's like what you said, a generational thing, but specifically those people who like in 2012, like, in their 10s, 11s, 12s, developmental years, they were seeing what was going on. They really didn't have a voice. And now it's 2020. A lot of them are 18, 19. They're able to.
You cut out again.
We lost you.
But I do see where you're coming from. Where a lot of them, like, they didn't have the proper voice and the proper avenue to speak on these issues and these things that are going on in the world and things that they've seen that are all completely fucked up. And now that they are of age and they can come out about it, they're speaking up and they're saying like, hey, no, what you guys have done in the past is wrong. We need to move forward as people and do better.
No more.
You made a great
no
point
more.
in the chat. Like the fact that, a lot of it is thanks to the internet. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is thanks to the technology we have that are putting things into light that we didn't have the ability. Like, we clearly have probably dealt with these things for decades, but we didn't have cell phones to go recording stuff as it happened. We didn't have the technology to go and research this stuff whenever we wanted. So and people are like, oh, there's cell phones everywhere. I'm like, yeah, but we're showing people being shitty when they've probably been this way for forever, but we're now seeing things that we can see that we normally couldn't.
That's what I was going to say. Those folks who have grown up with the technology, they know how to use it, and they're gonna use it. And if you're part of those older thinking generation of people, they're not gonna let you do it anymore. Yeah, they're gonna find a way.
We will find the way to get the
those same people who don't
proof,
like,
because it's there.
Exactly.
We have it in
it's
our
our
pockets.
medium.
Yeah, the fact that people don't like being recorded, I'm like, you don't like being recorded because you don't want to be called out. You just don't want people to see your shitty behavior and publicize it. Like, turn off your phone, turn it off. I'm like, what? So you can act horrible and not have anyone know about it? Nah, we're gonna make you viral. Sorry, that's not how this works. Not anymore. So, but yeah, kind of jumping back through the Twitch thing. I mean, I'm glad that we have this medium to call this type of behavior out, and people aren't taking it like they're not dealing with it anymore. So hopefully this will be a huge shift, and maybe some change will occur in the Twitch leadership. Maybe things will actually happen. I don't know. Some shifts need to happen.
And if it doesn't, we need to keep speaking out about it. We can't. If it doesn't change now, we can't just be silent about it. We need to keep going with it. I mean, we need to keep pushing for change.
All the things we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And I encourage anybody watching too. If you guys are feeling like, for example, you need someone to talk to about some of these issues, you can always message one of us. We can give you the proper resources. Probably not personal advice, because a lot of us aren't really that good at it. I don't know about you guys. I'm just speaking for
I am
not licensed, but I can give advice, but it's definitely not licensed.
I'm good at it.
I'm just saying.
It's subjective.
I will give advice. I cannot agree that it'll be good, but I am absolutely here to be an ear if you need someone to hear what is happening and hear your story.
I'm a great sounding board, so I'm more than willing to be here for you guys. Sorry, Moose.
No, I was agreeing. Y'all are good at what you do.
I have been through enough, and I've seen enough happen to people that I love and care about. I am here for each and every one of you.
Yeah. So, basically, to kind of round off that topic there, if you guys see some of these things going on, all right, post them up in the Discord. We're gonna continue to basically blow up Twitch until things change. At least I know I am personally. But I'm sure you guys are right there behind me, and I are right next to me, I should say. And when it comes to some of the things that we've talked about in previous weeks, same thing goes. So if you guys are looking for resources or anything like that, I've got plenty of links and things like that. If you want to give to charities that have to do with any of these groups like RAIN or that's the one that I know the most because I just recently donated from the charity stream that I did. I've got all the links for that stuff, and I'll be happy to post that all in the Discord for you guys. So feel free to hit us up. We are definitely a community, and it's gonna be a stronger community after all this gets resolved, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Finally
hopefully
happens.
it will be resolved soon.
Yeah.
God, I hope
so. moving on to other things that are future related. Next Friday, the 3rd.
Yep, the 3rd.
Yeah,
that is We Die in D&D.
Yeah, we are going to return to our now socially insensitive D&D campaign with the savage orcs in the cave and trying to basically do cartography without dying.
Yes, and my blue eyes white dragon doesn't help the cause. my blue ass white dragon.
It's just a white dragon with
Excellent.
2 fucking baboon blue cheeks on it.
Monster cheeks.
Blue booty cheeks.
Booty, 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 booty.
Nobu, let me know how much money I need to get a picture of that.
Oh god.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. That should be a good time.
Agreed.
And then of course, come Wednesday, you guys are still playing Scrap Mechanic, or are you guys playing something else on Wednesday?
Volcanoids, Vocaloids,
Vocaloids.
as Chibi likes to call it.
Volcanoids.
Of the video game, join Jono and Moose for that.
Some
And,
survival
who knows,
boys.
maybe I'll download it one day
Yeah.
That would be fun.
if I ever get a Wednesday available at night.
True. That would be fun,
Oh wait,
though.
that's right. I'm streaming on Wednesday.
Sounds like you're streaming with the survival boys on Wednesdays.
Maybe I
Oh,
should.
yeah.
But I've got another game that I've got lined up that I gotta attend to. So I'll let you guys wrap.
Okay. All right. So, other than that, so Wednesday survival boys, Fridays D&D, where we're all gonna cry when we have to remake our characters. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do post regularly on all of those. Our Discord as well is linked down below, and is also linked on our website if you were listening to the audio podcast. So you can feel free to join into the communities. We are on there literally all day, every day. And if you do need anyone to talk to, like we did say, we are on there. We're here for you. We absolutely will be available at any time for any one of us. Hopefully, I believe. Yeah.
Very true.
So
Yeah, we're not always available, but you put a message in my inbox and I will definitely read it.
Yep. I am
to you.
pretty much always available, so I will 100% respond if anyone does feel a need and they want to message me. If not, we do have the personal health channel in there too, which also does cover mental health as well. So
Yeah, that is true.
If you need an event, please do.
exactly, if
Word.
you need an event, we have a station for it. Please
Mm-hmm.
don't feel afraid. It is safe, I promise. Except for when Moose is around, then it's a little scary. That's just because
Yeah.
he's shouting all the time.
And Jono's feet calendar was scary too.
And Jonah's feet calendar.
It's not scary, I promise. It's sexy.
My
You
ass.
say that, but
All right, Servo, you said that you are going to be streaming as well. You're going to be playing
yes.
a little bit
Yeah, I'm
afterwards.
gonna be starting in about 6 minutes and 66 seconds or so.
6
Oh, okay,
minutes.
okay,
6
okay.
minutes.
So-
6 minutes to get fresh around.
Then we will wrap up and send everybody over to you to hang out, right?
Yay!
Sounds good. Moose, take us out.
I feel.
Moose,
I'm
fix your
unprepared.
microphone.
What?
There.
Oh no, you're good. You're good now.
I'm good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I got you.
Sweet. Everybody, exciting news! The eloquent edgelords of the end of the week entertainment are elated to emit emotions of our eccentric and ebullient exponents. We exit this extended expedition into the ethereal planes of endless events and extravagantly escapist exploits with exuberant esteem. We encourage you to equalize your entropy, eat those empanadas, and equip your eye holes with enjoyable entertainers this week. And we extol one euphemism to your eardrums: be excellent to each other.
And party
We
on,
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
Very well said. Also, it's empanadas.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I also enjoy empanadas quite a lot. So if you guys have any
Hell yeah.
empanada recipes that you want to send to me, I am there's a recipe channel, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but
Bananas.
I love food.
Mm.
So, see, I'm just gonna say that from now on. Everyone's like, "Oh, thanks." I'll be like, "Empanada,
Empanada.
empanada."
All right, everyone. We love you. We're out. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Nico.
Deuces.
Go.